My God. Right back. I'll be right back.
Checker flags out, 10th position.
Go. Alright.
That's the end of the session, P10.
don't know if it's saved. What's up, Voodoo? Take off my sweater. Wait. Alright. You and your 2.6 arrow. God. What's up, Elite? Oh, man. Okay. Q. Jumping straight into the testing, man. Shooter convinced me. I'm trying to watch IndyCar Long Beach, but yeah, I literally just about to say all the commercials are very distracting. Guess what happened? The commercial just came on. Big surprise. All right, 45, 60. Let me know how the frame rate is if I'm dropping frames at all, guys. I think we're good though. Now, this map seems to be a lot less loady than other maps, interestingly. You know, there's big ass windmills and stuff in the background. For some reason, this map just doesn't load graphics card as hard as everything else.
Just done it, 133.80.
Is this asymmetrical? It kind of feels asymmetrical. Just imagining things. I think my traction control is actually too high. Too low, whatever. Oh my god, no. Off that curb too much, it just threw me right off. The thing did not want to handle on two wheels. What's that? Okay, it's doing that same fucking weird thing that it did at Road America, even more now. Like, you get a drift going and suddenly it turns, it's almost like a stability control on. Like, it starts drifting and then it just, the rear kind of steps out and then it like,
10 minutes to go.
does like a 4-wheel side drift thing. What the hell are you talking about, Macca? Jimmy's been banned from what? From iRacing or something? From YouTube? What a random time to just post that. Hold on, I'll check that in a minute. Whoa. I'm gonna focus on testing right now. If he's banned from YouTube, he's going to be coming back to Twitch. I guarantee you that. YouTube loves to fuck with people.
7th position.
Alright. See, it's fucking doing it again, dude. I don't know what shooter's doing with the setups to cause it to do this, but goddamn, that was my fault.
The guy behind is just
it's very off-putting. I'm gonna reset.
Watch your speed.
Banned from YouTube for showing a lap of TT? What?
You're locking your rear.
I actually saw him post that earlier today. Why would he be banned for that?
140.06.
The game is released, dude. That doesn't make any sense. The game is fully released. You can buy it and play it and... What the fuck? That literally does not make sense. Like, I'll show you right now. Of course, I'm going to waste my time doing this, but... Oh, no, I'm not going to show you right now because my library is on my screen that I can't access. Damn it. I just noticed something. Why isn't it? Oh, never mind. With my camera. My bad. I don't understand why he's banned for that. I seriously don't get it. Is the shooter right in front of me? I think it is. Yeah, it is.
On your left. Clear to the left.
Like, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's got this weird body roll thing to it. Like, it literally feels like stability control. What the suspension does. Whoops. I'll let him go ahead, because he's probably more used to it than I am.
Far left, clear left.
I see, he just had a big moment there. For second place right behind us. I want to follow shooter on this outlap, but I don't want to fuck second place. This is really understeering, man. I don't know. I'm still not a fan of this setup. I said it yesterday too when it was in different conditions. Something weird about the setup, dude. It's just really, really understeering when you go to turn in. That was better. It's doing it again. I think it leans on the rear too much, and it's just taking all the weight off the front. I think that's when I have issues. He really is attacking that left curve. I still don't think that's faster, though. I feel like you can commit to it with more speed if you don't touch that left curve.
That's 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes. The leader has just done a 1:33.44 P1. Your front brakes are getting pretty hot.
It is understeering for sure. Whoa, he did this. He did the same thing I did. He did the exact same thing I did. It's so easy to dip a wheel there. You want to get as wide as you can right as you're getting on the brakes. That's pretty funny. Oh shit. Damn it.
Track limits. This lap will be deleted.
Oh my god, hold on. Shooter, you did the exact same thing I did last lap.
That thing spun all happened before.
I like literally did like photocopy of that the lap before.
Seeing right front blocking into the first chicane.
I don't know, this feels pretty good so far, but it has this weird understeeriness to it. Like when there's no weight on the front, it just loves to understeer.
Yeah,
I'm getting the other feeling now myself.
I mean, one of
The first one at the back end.
the most
One up the temp, but still.
I mean, the most peculiar thing about the setup is just the kind of front to back weight transfer. It's set here that can lean back quite on, it helps in the wet. So it is one of those things where if you're on the power, the nose lifts a bit and you kind of lose front grip, so you got to kind of try and plan around that.
I feel a bit floaty
These
soft.
traction controls keep cutting in there so fucking
It's-
hard. Jesus.
Crazy sort of the minimum rear springs, though. I think that's what Dal was running at the last race. I mean, it's got quite a stiff back roll bar, but it's just the track's bumpy as hell. So, and it's also, it's got quite a soft
Just got out of
rear
track limits.
bump. Again, for traction, it kind of helps in the wet.
Like I find it's a problem both
Okay, take
on
your
not
time,
all the
just get
time when you're
started.
transitioning from brakes to turn in, but definitely a lot of the time on the exits. When you go to commit to the exit, it just understeers like crazy. You just don't get steering.
I just kind of try and get the steering in earlier so that I can get on when I get in the power, because I know I'm going to lose the ability to turn a lot.
Like
I mean, it's kinda,
I just launched myself through turn 1 there, and it's like if you get on that
2 minutes
curb
to go,
quite a
2
bit and kind of
minutes.
try and launch over it, then you can't commit. It just goes out into the sand. And of course somebody's fucking sitting in the pit next to me. I can't move. Go. Oh my god, seriously? Still? Why? What the fuck am I waiting for?
thought for a second that was me.
Right, so I'm not gonna get a lap now.
Shipman, you're in pole.
Talk about an unsafe release. Jesus Christ, man. This game is so dumb with the crew chief. It releases you at the worst times, but won't release you at the smartest times.
Right side, clear to the right.
That is... there's a lot of little aggravating things, but that is one of the most aggravating things since this couple patches ago. That did not used to be an issue. Like a couple times, Shooter, I actually had it almost felt like I had stability control turned on. Where I'd turn in, I'd start getting a bit of a drift, like the rear end would start stepping out, and then suddenly I'd turn into a four-wheel drift, like it was trying to stabilize me. It was really weird.
I would consider that to be well balanced and well behaved, but yeah, I mean, it is kind of peculiar, but it's easy to drive as well because you can go on the power pretty early.
Take it
Or at
easy, you've
least
got
I
cold
can,
tyres.
compared to the way most setups end up.
I'm also still not convinced that hitting that left curb on the first chicane is actually faster. I think you actually get more speed out of avoiding it. I'm not sure though. I need to test it more.
Like I went on today, I kind of migrated more towards the right and the way through there, but I mean, I don't think it's really much faster either way. I guess it's just if you go a bit deep, then
The think the thing is the amount of speed that's actually stable to hit that left curb, like the way that you line up through it, if you hit that left curb, you don't even end up going near the, like, wide on the exit, you know what I mean? You don't use the full track. Whereas you do if you just kind of avoid it and stay to the right. It's kind of hard to explain.
In this session, have we got rain coming in this session?
Hopefully it's 2 slots, but it's set to sync to race. It's a 30-minute race.
If you get half and half.
Should be around half and half, yeah. Hey, what's up, Modify?
Yeah, Andrex, did you hear about the thing? And I mean, not many people kind of spoke about it. I just happened to notice because I was watching the stream. But in Solventus and the Endurance Pro Tier 2 race, well, I was watching at the start of his stream and I seen him set up his pit setup, and then I seen him go into the race and just do the race, and I seen him select it from the onboard menu, and he drove into the pits. The dude done absolutely nothing wrong that I can find, and he only changed his front tyres. And I know that a lot of the time you hear that and you think, oh no, they must have did something wrong or did something crazy or something, but like all of the evidence is in his stream. His pit thing was set up perfectly. So I don't know, I think there's still a chance something crazy can happen, but I've never had any problems because I've got a pit profile that's basically just 1 litre of fuel and no tyres, and then anytime I get wets I change it to that and drive in and get wets. So that's my plan. I'm going to try this here.
Sorry, what's up, Aka, Timo, Uncle, Leaky, Modify? Sorry, just trying to focus on this for now.
Although I guess kind of botched pit stops are kind of make it more realistic. You know, you're watching Formula 1.
Leaky,
like
quality's dry, dude.
And stuff.
Quality's dry and the race is only halfway.
Maybe it's just an extra realism.
Yeah, because Timo, this is going to be a really, really, really tough race to come in with no practice. This is going to be really, really tough. This track alone is tough, and these conditions are going to be even tougher.
Yeah,
I don't know if
12
50 litres is
Celsius.
enough.
50 litres should be
but I
plenty.
guess
Track
if
temp
it rains,
is
we'll use
12
this.
Celsius.
50 litres should be a lot, I
29
think.
minutes.
I'm running race fuel.
You're running 100 liters?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
Yeah, I make this crap.
Definitely soft, say, without a doubt.
Oh yeah, 11 degrees. Yeah.
So I have my traction control up at 20, and it's still cutting in like crazy on the last corner. There's something weird about this setup, man. It's doing some unusual things.
That's just the tyres. Just can't take it. Like,
No.
I mean, it'll cut in if both wheels spin.
No, I wasn't even
that's
spinning
just-
though. I wasn't even close to spinning. I didn't feel even close. It wasn't even rotating yet. I wonder if that's the power ramp being really high then.
I mean, the traction control shouldn't kick in unless one of the wheels is spinning. So, I mean, I guess maybe there's a chance one wheel's spinning, the other one isn't. But it shouldn't be, not when you're straight. Because
I mean, the
you're
car
feeling
isn't spinning. I know the wheels are probably spinning because that's the nature of that corner, but you don't even feel the rear rotating on you.
What sort of radiator are we running then? 50?
I'm just sticking with
Sounds about
50. It's
right.
so cold.
That's too high. Well, it's higher than it needs to be. I'm driving around like 98. But I figured I'd worry about that later.
It'll cool down in the rain as well. But...
You know what's one thing, Shooter? You were mentioning about that guy that had the problem with the tires not changing. I've never used the pit strategy before. I've only ever used the pit like onboard adjustment, and I think I trust it a lot more. I don't know why.
Yeah, same here.
Can't set pressures on that though.
Yeah, but I think that's a good thing then, and maybe it just gives you what you started with.
Yeah, I think it just
Yeah.
gives you what you had. Yeah.
And I would always want
Oh
that
god,
anyway.
10 seconds. 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Everybody ready up. Ulster didn't.
That's pole. Be ready.
Yeah, this is going to be a fuck fest.
I'm surprised I got pole coming right into this.
Yeah, bastard.
Go, go, go.
Oh god, what the bog? No auto clutch, that's fine. Please don't.
Come on your left.
Oh god. Dude, this thing is so understeery.
On your right. Or your right side.
That was brutal. I was trying to stay on the inside. I'm glad nobody was on my outside there. I would have taken them out.
Keep it steady.
Yeah,
I
it's
had no
okay.
control of my steering through there.
Still there.
Oh no, actually, the tyres are warm.
Still
Shit,
there.
maybe we need them to cool down a bit then.
Let's start, mate. Let's get to work.
Go on,
Clear right.
Oh god, I don't like that line. Jesus.
No,
You're gonna fine me for track limits, Andres?
Certainly am. That's going to stewards. Social or not.
Oh,
Car right.
Oh,
that's going to the stewards as well. Oh, god.
Still there. Clear right. Car right.
I'm gonna Audi up my inside.
Hold your line.
Oh wow, dude,
Clear
what the
right.
fuck? What was that?
yeah.
You just put me in the grass. Wow, rip my race. What a dickhead.
There's an incident in. Tell them
Unbelievable, dude.
It's alright, you're indestructible.
This Audi
Clear,
legit,
clear
like,
to the
after
right.
that chicane, he just shoved me off the road.
Moved over to the left, yeah, he just totally moved over on you.
Whatever. This is actually kind of better because I get to test the traffic.
To tweak things and one a bit more understeering. It's a lot nicer to drive.
Yeah, I definitely want to. I definitely would like to get some understeer out of this setup. No doubt
Out of
about
it,
that.
put more in.
I can't. I'm putting it in like crazy. It just doesn't go in.
Don't panic. You got time to sort this out. B12.
Oh my god! Now I'm totally fucked. My race is like so screwed here. I think my tires are overheated now. I just spun again on turn 1. No, they're not actually. I don't know why I spun there. Yeah, dude, this honestly, shooter, this feels similar to when I tested that other setup yesterday. Just very unpredictable.
Yeah, but I think it'd just be I'm used to it. I mean, I've been driving it for like a day, so.
Probably.
That's random geezer just like closes up about a second on the chicanes, just been cutting.
Like I can't fucking drive this. I just spun again. I can't fucking drive this. This is crazy.
Looks like that was outside track limits.
Jesus, I'm gonna start getting salty now. Like I'm not already salty.
Shit, it says it's going to rain.
Already? That seems
It
early.
said any minute now.
Blocking going
Yeah, I
into
don't trust that.
chicane. The leader has just done a 134.
Maybe I missed that.
10 minutes is about half, not far from half.
Alright, let's take it easy. I'm gonna try and I think the surface of my tires is like scrubbed or something after that first spin because I just keep spinning again.
It's now 13 seconds.
That was brutal.
But yeah, you mentioned the wheels maybe spinning at the last corner and the power diff, but one of the reasons why is, I mean, normally I would have the ramp angle lower, but just for the wet, because you've got a lot less like tyre grip to share out the load, so.
You're last.
That might be part of the reason for the understeer as well.
Incident in turn 1.
The car's just not reactive at all. So I'm curious if you sync to race, like if you do the weather sync to race, I'm curious if it actually does put it at the halfway point, because at the moment it looks like it actually is going to rain any minute, just because of the clouds.
I think it's supposed to, like it just divides up the.
It'll split the session into however many, whatever thoughts you've got.
I think it still gives you a bit of randomness though, right?
Well, there's an element of randomness as to when it actually kicks in, so it won't be exactly the halfway mark. And it'll be a leeway of, I don't know, plus or 5-10 minutes either side of it.
That's the new fastest lap for Andrex, 134.20.
I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of incidents in this race, just because it's so freaking hard to overtake on this track. They're going to go for really stupid moves. Especially around that second chicane, like where I got pushed out. That's likely to be, there's going to be a lot of crashes there. Pretty much the same thing that happened to me. I would not be surprised if that happens in the actual AOR race too. Just the nature of the track. Scheiße. Where'd he go? Oh, he left.
Well, by the way, I tested it. Like the wet tyres are maybe about 3 seconds a lap slower than the dries, but they hold on for about 5 or 6 laps before they start to melt.
Yeah.
They dry kind of fine.
I've driven wets in the dry a couple times, like just like after a range or something like that, and they actually don't feel that bad for a little while. It's just like you said, like 5 or 6 laps in, they start really going off.
I can beat that with the endurance race at Le Mans, where it was 4 wet slots of a 2-hour race. So essentially a half-hour race slot. First slot was dry, second slot was rain, and I just started on wet. And did the first half hour on wet, no problem. And my teammate actually happened to do the same as well, without having discussed it. And we were the only 2 that did it. And we jumped a lot of people from doing it.
I mean, is it worth it? I started spinning about after like about 7 laps.
Well, what it meant is, because it's a 2-hour race, you can only really go an hour before you have to pit through your team. So what it meant that we could do is essentially just 1 stop. We just started on the wets. We were a little bit slower at the start, obviously. Several seconds slower lap at the beginning. But we essentially saved the whole pit stop compared to everyone else starting on dry, then changing to wet a quarter of the race distance, and then having to change again 3/4 race distance.
Stay
you change it half, and
that's your quickest
done.
lap. The track temperature's decreasing.
And you can keep wet.
Rain.
Stop.
I literally just came through turn 1 and it started raining.
Yeah, it's spitting there.
Damn it, I'm screwed. That's the worst time I could have got hit by rain. We're gonna see how it holds up.
I'm going straight in though. I mean, I know that the wet tyres are fine in the dry, so screw getting caught
I
out.
didn't know that it was gonna, like, I literally just saw it as it came from turn 1. So we're 22 minutes in. That is pretty early.
The guy behind, the gap's now.
Yeah, last night
we're doing similar pace at the moment, so we'll see what works out better between us.
Still feels decent for now. Luckily, it's a short lap, so you actually, like, you're pretty good for a lap or so of just starting to rain, I think. This is where I'm being careful, though.
Now leading.
Yeah, oh wow, it's raining a lot out of the second chicane. Still stable, though. This track's still good.
Pit crew's ready.
Please don't take the chicane. Oh my god, he's taking the chicane. These
These
people aren't pitting, they're crazy.
Well, I've got wet tyres, the pressures look right, and that was my completely blank race strategy, so I'm sticking with this.
Oh, I can hear the rain under the tyre slicks now. It's the thing to come in now. Should be able to stay out until you can hear the rain on your tyres, and that's the lap you want to come in.
I wasn't gonna... I want to do some more testing. I probably could have tested it here, gone for 1 more lap, but I don't know if it would actually be any faster.
I'm not risking it anyway, screw that.
This is why I want to do a bit more testing. I want to test the wets early, and I want to test the dries late. Although you're never really going to use the wets early, are you? Because you don't know when the rain's going to hit, right? It's a total guessing game. So.
Exit's clear.
You could use the wets late, or sorry, the dries late, though.
The leader, Andrex, is pitting. Your brake temperature.
You guys turn your wipers on?
God damn, you're like a lap up on me, Andrex. Holy shit. I'm already in the sand.
I crashed twice in the end of the pits.
You're out of track
Yeah,
limits
I
there.
did a couple of bumps.
Put it in the sand on turn 1 coming
I'm using the
out.
RSR tactics pit stop here, so I don't know what it's going to do.
That's 20 minutes to go, 20 minutes. Nail every corner. Let's take whatever chances we can.
Sorry, I kind of totally missed the chat, guys. I'll give it a minute.
That Audi came out very quickly behind me. I don't think he changed his tyre.
Oh god, coming over that hill after the first chicane is sketchy. Oh my god, dude, the car is not stable.
Air temp's falling. It's now 10 Celsius.
Dude, it is so greasy.
I'm quite a bit ahead of you there, should
Your
we?
front brakes are pretty hot now.
I blame crashing in the way in the
Left
pits.
rear
I
tyre.
was up 2 bumps. I half spun.
I've got to drive her up to the pit limiter line at like 40 because I don't have a pit limiter button map as well. I suck at that, I need to fix that. I've never had to pit in a race before, like planned, so
I've never really had it in AOR. I do it in pub races every like quite a bit.
That loading guy
Last.
pretty
Track temperature's
very
falling.
quickly.
It's now
He
5
gained,
Celsius.
well, he jumped me for a start. So.
I think that was probably it was the Audi that put me out.
No, it was a different one.
Because I know that loading guy was up front, so I figured that might be him.
No, this guy is black and bright green. I think the guy that you was black,
God,
white, and red.
I think the cold plus the wet is like brutal on this track. Because I've driven this track in the wet, and I do not remember it being this greasy. Maybe it's the setup. I don't know. This is bad though.
Well, if anything, I mean, that should be good for the wet. I mean, it feels okay for me.
I have fucking no grip, dude. The car's everywhere.
Well, I've changed my traction control to high now, and I've got it in 11 or something.
I don't bother doing that for rain. It's never really benefited me when it did.
Well, that Audi is definitely not on wet. Look at that. He's off. He's
Tyre
right
temperatures
there.
are okay.
I don't think I'm going to be able to drive with this setup, dude.
I think Gixxer started off using Dawa's setup here for the last race.
God.
Clear left. Clear right.
The car ahead's pitting now.
Yeah, I need to practice the pit entry.
Sector 3 is 1.6 seconds off the pace. The track temperature's decreasing.
I probably
It's now
shouldn't have put
3
my brake pressure so high. I have it at like 93.
Turn 3.
It's really starting to screw me in the rain now.
I get my ABS at high too.
Yeah, I usually do turn my ABS up.
That should be good.
I think the lobby just split in half. Yeah, it did. Wow. We just went down to 8 people. Like, there was like 5 people that just left at once. Jesus Christ, Jenna, what are you doing?
Right side.
Get out of the
Clear
way!
to the right.
I think he's, yeah, he's just on
I went
like
to
still.
7 wings as well.
It's crazy to me with the 2.6 wing that you're running, shooter, that this is still so slippery. I thought it would just be like super pointy, but it really isn't. Like, it's still got understeer. Really weird.
It's just
I'm doing a wet Oppenheim race on Monday with the RSR boys, and I
You're
think
gaining
running
on this
2.8.
guy. The gap's now 9.3.
Just with that extra bit of stability.
So I just remember I ran 2.8 at the wet Spa race and I had terrible like, understeer.
Your brake temperatures look good.
This kind of stuff that makes you bored halfway through the corner.
There's not too many aero-dependent corners, maybe turn 1 and that other fast right-hander and that little back straight thing. Other than that, there's not many that actually require aerodynamic grip.
How did Gixxer just leave, dude? What the hell? Oh, I keep breaking late for the last chicane, man.
Somebody in an Audi just drove by me.
The car
I'm
in front
going
is
to
pitting.
believe that he doesn't have rain.
God, I'm up in 4th just on strategy. That's crazy. Nobody pitted. Oh, you know what? Sorry, it's because the lobby split. My bad.
The track temperature's
God.
decreasing. It's now 1
At least
Celsius.
we lost at least 6 people in the lobby split. What's that noise?
15 minutes remaining. 15 minutes to go.
With my force feedback.
Somebody's wrestling. No, somebody's wrestling with their mic.
Plenty of fuel.
Oh, here comes those weird oscillating puddles that I was talking about in the first sector. You can actually visually see where how all the bumps are like perfectly spaced. It's really strange. That puddle's probably going to start forming in the exit of the first chicane now too. Okay, seriously, who the fuck's doing that?
Gixxer.
Gixxer's in here, what? Doing Gix. Yeah, there's a big puddle on the exit of the first chicane already. That's gonna be really bad in the race. Like, we've only done, what, 3 laps of rain, it's already there?
I tried driving through it the time after practice the rain. I only did a few laps, but okay.
If we increase the ride height, I think it does kind of help stabilise through big puddles. You're not getting that kind of, I guess, sort of splashback, I guess. Oh, the brakes are freezing cold when you do it.
The car feels like it's being steered with the rear end, I think, of this setup.
Yeah, I mean the rear's like minimum springs, so like theoretically they should have more grip than the front.
Even in the straights, like you could literally, you're almost counter steering in the straights. It's really strange.
You've just done a 148.38.
Oh my god, please, Gixxer. Fuck me.
The cool thing is, if you end up in a slide, if you hit the throttle, it straightens out sometimes.
Yeah, that's the best strategy if you start to spin, just hold both brake and gas at the same time.
Like, now that I'm being gentle with the pedals, it actually is pretty controllable. Now that the tires have cooled down a bit too. Oh my god.
Cold tires all round.
That chicane.
It does feel like there's less grip on this track when it's wet. Than
There's only 4 of us left. I guess nobody checked the conditions and the lobby split. That's ridiculous. We started with like, what, 18 people or something?
Oh, there's big puddles, something big, I see what you're talking about, the evenly spaced puddles at the stream rivers.
Andrex, you're getting like 2 seconds a lap on me.
This feels horrible, dude.
Yeah, that puddle on that first chicane is not a problem. It's not big enough to really cause any aquaplane at the stage.
Yeah, it's actually not that big yet. When I looked back, I could see it like shining in the sun, but it actually isn't that bad. And we only got 4 cars in here. If we had more, it'd be clearing it out more. So.
Honestly, I don't believe that really works all that much, to be honest, because we just had thunderstorms at Daytona with a full grid, and it made very little difference at all.
It's weird, because I've definitely noticed it in other races. When we did the Red Bull Ring race, there was definitely a dry line forming like crazy.
Yeah.
This freaking live track thing is so unpredictable, man.
Oh, I know one, I think brakes are cold, but I think they're locking up.
Yeah, I think you definitely want to avoid that left curb when it's raining like this.
Oh,
Left curb in the first chicane.
Okay. I'm moving my brake bias to like 60 odd at the front.
Good idea.
I've just changed it to like 55 or thereabouts, and now it actually stops.
Oh, really? See, you guys always run like 60, 61. It's always way too far forwards for me. I usually turn it back to like 58, 59. It feels a lot better.
I realised I'm driving around with the ABS on 10, wondering why it's not working good.
I don't know why you run it so low. At that point, you might as well turn it off.
I try not to activate it. It only tends to actually activate in like the very end part of the braking, like when the car's really slowed down. For the start,
I sort of do the same thing with traction control, I guess. So.
That last lap was at 150.20.
The big puddle forming at the end exit of that first game.
I can't handle the setup, dude. This is fucking. This is why I wanted to do testing first. I mean, this is
You're out to
testing.
track limits there.
Trying to go for. I wanted to at least find some lap pace in here. Stop raining.
It's still raining for me.
The first sector had no rain. It's really wet still, but it definitely wasn't raining in the first sector.
It's still going through the last chicane, it's still lashing it down.
Okay, you can't. Never mind. You can't avoid that left curb puddle on the first chicane. It's just covering the whole track.
I'm getting in for the curb then.
Bad things happening. Oh, we're Scandinavian flipping into corners now. Worked out nicely, not intentional, but
That second chicane almost causes like unintentional scandy flicks every time. That's why you tend to spin out on that left-hander. Rear just can't keep up. I have to go through the dip and come over the rise. God, the last chicane. I'm having so many issues with that last chicane.
That's last. That lap was at 153.43. Sector 1 is 6.5. Off the pace.
That's unpleasant.
Yeah, driving over the left curb kind of means the puddle doesn't matter. Obviously it tries to launch a car into the air, but it's an option.
Yeah, like I said, the issues I used to have every time I touched that left curb before, or maybe it wasn't with this car, but I remember like I did it with the Audi and stuff. Every time I did that, I would spin out to the left or just like fishtail and spin out to the right.
Yeah, I think most cars are a lot stiffer than this one is, especially at the back.
Yeah, okay, I can see how it works on this car.
Heavier. And the strobes curved a lot better.
You're like on the shit of the track right there, though.
It's the heaviest car in the game, isn't it? Or Bentley's close in there. It tends to be a bit more stable in curves.
I find it near impossible to not cut in the wet coming into the first right-hander on that second chicane. It just, the car keeps either wanting to cut or going way deep.
You just got to brake very early. I'm braking that 100-meter board. That works again. Yeah. That crest. That's scary. What's your time progression set to?
Just normal, everything.
Real time.
Yeah.
God, man. Anybody else like not able to even come close to the apex in turn 2?
I don't really try to.
I can, but I'm driving slower than you two are, so it's always easy to be in the right part of the track.
I think I'm just always braking too late. Like every issue I'm having right now is just braking too late.
Yeah, it's all about getting the power down safely on the exit.
Definitely got to turn. I got to turn down the
track limits there.
brake pressure. It was all right in the drive, but now it's suddenly like a big problem.
Come on, man, keep pushing. 5
Having
minutes
to like
to go.
feather
5
the
minutes
brakes.
left.
So slippery, you're coming through like that long right-hander, turn 2, 3. Those are becoming quite big puddles.
1 to 3, yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I couldn't even come close to the apex. It just kept drifting wide every time I went to turn in. Oh, whoops.
You know if you're running quite a low ride height there, Sugar?
It's slow at the front, but it's pretty high at the back because the rear springs are so soft. It needs to be high so it doesn't scrape along the ground when you hit a bump.
Maybe worth testing going a bit higher at the front as well. Just might, I think there's bad things happen in puddles when you're quite low to the ground.
There goes again. That's you hit those first 3 puddles going to turn into turn 2 and you just have no turning at all. Which is similar to the feeling I was having in the dry actually.
Accommodate for it to turn in a bit later, a bit more.
The setup in general is just does not turn in for me. Actually, not all the time. It seems certain. I don't know.
19 seconds.
That's why I don't do setups. Oh god. Okay, now that puddle's big.
Yeah,
Now we're not complaining.
Sorry, are you still on about a big puddle at the start of the lap?
No. That right after the pit exit. You've got those lots of rivers going across track.
Yeah, there's like a dozen.
20 different rivers.
Yeah. Those first 3, like you notice right when you hit those first 3, your car just keeps drifting wider and wider and wider.
I think short shifting is a good.
Yeah. By the way, this lap, the first chicane just became a mess. So. Car is definitely now aquaplaning on it.
If you want to see funny physics, do this race and just wait till this stage and then go out in slicks and drive through that big puddle at the exit of that first chicane.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
So I'm still struggling with front, so I think I'm locking up still.
Just 2 minutes left, 2 minutes to go.
A little bit better. Oh god. God, that first sector is so... the drainage is horrible. Oh my god. You literally have like 0 control of the car coming into the first chicane. That's exactly what I was worried about. That's what I recall happening last time I drove this in the wet. It's probably going to get like that about, what, 15 minutes after the rain starts?
You need it quite straightened up.
Yeah.
Early.
And you pretty much can't throttle, like you just gotta idle through it.
1 minute remaining.
When you can throttle, it just doesn't do anything.
Well, at least I know which weather conditions to practice now. I mean, I'm slow in the dry, but I'm mega slow in the wet.
Thinking I could test my Red Bull ring setup that you gave to us. I could test Mr. Wu setup.
This is open.
Last race.
Sector 1 is 3.0 seconds.
Well, that's not necessarily going to work for this.
6.0 seconds off the pace. Sector 3 is 3.2 off the pace.
I think the main issue is I just have issues with soft suspension.
I think with how terrible this rain is, I'm going to try and just set my car up for the rain and puff it out in the dry. Because I'm losing like 5 seconds a lap on other people here.
I think most tracks aren't this bad in the rain. This track is just, it's already bad in the dry, and then you put rain on it, and the drainage is horrible.
Yeah, not turn 2, 3 right-hander after pit exit is just Fucking just along for the ride and hope and pray.
Coming for you, shooter. I didn't realize this extra position.
Oh fuck this then.
Didn't miss anything. Oh god. I mean, I suck into this last sector, so.
Oh, I think I've won. I was like, how far away is that? Why is my timer disappear for the guy behind? I didn't realise I'd finished.
Oh, you're deep. Oh, you went slow. Wow, you. What the hell? I don't understand how you made that. You must have been like idling into the braking section.
Yeah, I just rolled through the puddle.
Okay.
I'm terribly slow out of it, but I made it to the line faster.
That's the end of the race.
Oh, damn it.
Never mind.
Oh, damn it. I meant to check my. Damn it. I meant to check my wet laps. I think I was doing like 149, 150s.
No,
I'm
it
glad
just
I
gets
don't know what
progressively
mine are.
worse. I started out doing 47, 45, 47, 48, 48, 49, 50, 50, 52, 53, 52.
I mean, my dry pace got screwed there. By once after that first spin, I was just spin, 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 and then I think my tires were ruined. If I didn't have a fast lap.
I was in a
Yeah,
50.
close the brake duct a bit for that wet stuff.
I have like, I think I'm on 60-40. Yeah, you're probably right. They'll probably close it a bit.
Because they're running at like 300 degrees at the moment.
I wish I had kept an eye on that. I guess I can check my VOD though. This is the benefit to streaming.
Hmm.
What's up, Stephen Green? I gotta catch up on chat now. That was interesting. I really don't think that setup suits me though.
No, I need to tweak things. So, it's not a bad base.
It's a number of
Appears
things
they
that don't
suit me
feel right
even
to me.
less.
Sorry?
I'm saying it appears to suit me even less than it does you.
Are you struggling, are you?
I don't know. I just couldn't get my head around the wet. It's. I think it's just I've spent that long today driving in the dry that, like, it just. I don't know. Like I kept trying to drive. I kept going in too deep and trying to go in the power too early. I just couldn't get my head on it. But I don't know. I'll at least I've learned some stuff. Probably. I'll be faster next time.
I think a lot brake early and just kind of roll through the stuff as much as possible and just accommodate for those big puddles and just turn in earlier, aim a little bit more inside than you would do, and it will naturally just drift out of it.
My title not update?
Did you who? No, you're streaming.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
No idea. I didn't.
I'm always too lazy to mute my mic, so I confuse the hell out of you guys. God.
I mean, I could start this again. It's just the dry practice for the race.
I don't want to go through too much of this. I want to do some testing. I was trying to watch IndyCar, and of course, I ended up not watching IndyCar at all. Let's see here.
Knock the practice down to the same, and then have it.
Oh
as
no!
well.
My webcam's in the way. God damn it! I mean, I'm pretty sure I was doing 154, 151. As the track got wetter, this isn't going to be completely accurate because as the track got wetter, it got worse. Lap times got worse. So
I finished on 52 flat.
So sorry, how did you want the session set up?
I just matched the race setup for practice, just half hour dry to wet.
Yeah. That's sort of how I like doing it too. As long as the sessions are actually the same grip, it's just do like a practice or a quality as a race simulation, so you actually have the chance to reset if you need to.
Yeah, the only thing that will be different is on race session, you will get preheated wet tyres. Whereas in practice, you won't, even if you pit.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
That's
so I was just exactly. I was practicing at the Hockenheim earlier on, and I made a video about like what's going on with these pressures because my pit strategy is set to this pressure. And in practice session, it gives me what I'm asking for. But in race session, it's like 0.3 bar up, 0.4 bar above what I'm asking for. Now, preheated, so it shouldn't really make too much of a difference, but it will get to that temperature. It's just that they preheated it, so it is there earlier. But if you're running hot brake pads, it's then adding extra heat in there, and it does make a big difference. I don't know if you've got me on YouTube, but if you watch the video that I just made for it, I came into pit, it changed the tyres, it had that extra 0.3 bar pressure as they changed, and then I just pulled away from the pits and just stopped and sat static on the pit lane, and it raised from 1.7 bar to 2.
Oh, that's something else I've noticed though. If you stop in this game, if you stop, your pressures skyrocket because there's just no cooling.
It's the brake. Yeah, exactly. It's the brakes that's radiating heat into the wheels, and then the tires just boost pressure without boosting the tire temperature, obviously. So we do close the ducts a bit. ABS 10%. Wow, that's brave.
It was fine until it rained.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, wow, I think we'll push that back up to 80. The gearing was okay, I think, wasn't it? Oh, why did it not? Can you change your final drive ratio?
Not that I'm aware of. All you can do is make like 6th gear the same as like 5th and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, you did? What?
No, that didn't change. I just
I just had the same thing in.
Yeah, mine was showing when I looked in that setup there. It was showing as 3.0 something or other.
Same here.
I changed it to 3.444.
It won't change now.
And then it won't change back again.
Yeah, I'm looking at mine and it says 3.043.
Yeah, but I can't set it to that.
This is the first glitch I ever noticed when I got into this game, was that glitch, that gearbox glitch. They still haven't fixed it.
I assume it doesn't actually affect it, and it's just some display thing in the cells.
Yeah, well, how do you know? How do you know? That's the thing, right? I don't think it does affect it, because it would be very noticeable, but...
Well, yeah, because there's no big straight here where you're getting top speeds in the 6th gear here.
It's the same thing with a lot of the weird glitches in this game. You just don't know.
Yeah.
You were mentioning about the tire heat thing. You know, that's one of my biggest issues of this game. Actually, is the tire blankets. The lack of control of tire blankets. Because like that's legit. All of this practice and testing that we're doing, we would literally be able to have the times that we would be spending testing if we could just use tire blankets. Because you have to do 4 or 5 outlaps to get your pressures up to actually feel how the car will feel. It's crazy. Every time we make a setup adjustment, that makes you want to go back and make like 3, 4, 5 setup adjustments at once, which is a bad idea generally. That's like a rule for setups. You want to do one thing at a time. So
yeah.
Apparently there is a way around that though. You start a offline custom race with 0 AI, set it to like 10 laps or something, or whatever, like even like 20 laps. And it means anytime if you want to change the setup, you just restart the race.
Yeah, I guess.
Change the setup, and then when you start again, at least you've got warm tires.
Yeah, but then we're getting into the whole online versus offline thing again, right? If there's any difference there, we don't know, which we think there is.
I don't really buy into that. I mean, I just think the difference is that, like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, in offline practice, the track was rubbered in, and online it's not. But it's kind of weird because the more the car's driving a track, somehow the grip level goes down. but that's maybe like marbles, and I don't know, people running off track and bringing shit on or something. Because I do notice the more cars there is in track, the worse the grip is. But like, I think it's consistent enough that I don't really care, and I figure it is the same for everyone.
Yeah, I bumped the preload up to about 80 as well. I think that helps stabilise it a little bit.
I mean, what you would make? I mean, if you wanted to just try something with it, Dan, change the rear springs to 100 and change the rear anti-roll bar to 20. It should leave it with the same kind of roll frequency in the rear, so it'll handle broadly the same, except the fact that you won't have the crazy weight transfer thing. Maybe you prefer that.
Oh, I adjusted my springs and realised it wasn't unsymmetrical, so I adjusted my left springs and not my right. That wasn't intentional.
Yeah, what's up, Speed? Sorry. Dealing with setups. I think it's got to be that the rear's too soft. It's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, and that's it. I mean, normally,
139.60.
I mean, normally that I wouldn't run a car that's that soft in the rear compared to the front. I mean, every other setup I ever have is about something like 280, 100, or like 300, 110 or something. But just because of the fact I was trying to go for traction, I figured that I'd try 80 because that's what I had them for my setup for Kota, and that I was actually more on the pace there than I've been at any other race in the dry this season. So, and it kind of suits me. I don't know. I'm kind of used to the way it drives. So, I think because I did so many laps at Kota with it, it feels quite familiar. But I mean, yeah, changing it to like 280, 100, with like 20 and roll bars should just make it feel a lot more normal.
The rain has started.
What? Already?
Yep.
I haven't even left the pit yet.
No, I've only just came out on track. So that's within 7 minutes.
Okay. I want to test this in the dry first, but whatever. The thing with wet conditions is they're not consistent, so I guess you can kind of, I don't know. It's not a big deal.
I think the wet conditions will matter more. I mean, Dan, you drive like lots of different cars with random setups people sent you on tracks you don't even really know that well, like on a daily basis. I mean, I think if you get something that works awesome in the wet, you'll manage to drive it in the dry. You'll be far enough up the field that by the time the wet comes out, you can just run by everyone and get a podium again, like in Red.
The leader's just done a 137.70.
You might run half an hour. I managed it in Daytona, and it meant I didn't have to pit for that first hour. Whereas other people obviously did.
I did, honestly, Shooter. I think Red Bull Ring was a similar situation to Zhuhai, where I was almost all pace. I don't think it was just consistency. Like, yeah, the consistency helped, but I actually, for some reason, had a bit more pace than most of the people in front and behind me. So I ended up just catching over time. I just closed a really big gap over time.
But yeah, I mean, I guess it's just. But yeah, but I mean, I think that's the point I was going for there, was just the fact that you can either set your car up for the wet and then just do your best in the dry, or you can set up for the dry and do your best in the wet. But I think there's a lot more lap time to be made on other people in the wet.
You want it
yeah, in the wet, because there's
the
such
more
a
dangerous section in the wet.
Yeah.
So in that case,
for wet and
I mean, I guess what I'm going to do is I'm only going to practice in the wet. I'm going to set up the car for the wet and learn the wet, and just that's it. And like the way I did with the Red Bull Ring, I didn't even practice qualifying because I was wanted in tune with the wet. And then screw it, I'll just wing the dry. It can't be that hard.
Well, all you should really need to do is adjust the traction control and let the back end turn it a bit more in the dry. And have it safer in the wet.
I messed with the traction control every single lap that last race in the wet. I went from like 9 on high, to, 9 on
Leader is
low,
just
and I
done.
was on like 15 on high and
135.88.
stuff, and
The track
none of them
temperature's falling.
gave
It's
me the
now
impression
7
the car was
Celsius.
speeding up as much as it could. I think I was just maybe being a bit greedy in the throttle, but I don't know, because at Red Bull, I wish I could remember what my traction control was set up like at Red Bull, because
What's up, Bim
the
boys?
car drove fine.
Clown.
Bim boys, dude, I have played Fortnite quite a few times actually. Kind of a random question. I don't know.
Oh, I just missed out on first because it.
Actually, I actually do enjoy Fortnite quite a bit. A lot of people that I play with tend to not enjoy it for some reason, but a lot of them just don't like the cartoony nature and stuff, which I don't really get. Probably the same reason that people didn't like TF2, and I loved TF2, so. Same reason people don't like Wind Waker, and I loved Wind Waker, so, I mean, no. I think it's stupid as hell to criticize a game for its cartooniness. Like,
no, it's a bit different because it's a half day and a half distance. So in this session, it would definitely be the right strategy to use, without a doubt.
75, 2,
It's an actual 1 hour race.
6,
I think the rain tends to come in early because on that Daytona race,
17, 2,
that weather slot was supposed to be half hour, anywhere in the first half hour, and that rain started in the first 15 minutes. I think it tends to start earlier. I've never had it late, like after that point.
That's 20 minutes to go.
Kick in.
oh man. Not sure about the setup, I really don't think it's working. I'm gonna go test it with the changes I made, I guess.
Air temperature's decreasing. It's now 10 Celsius.
Again, though, I'm going out with cold tires. This isn't gonna be. I guess I'll at least feel how the suspension feels. So. That's all that really matters.
The track temperature's decreasing. It's now 5 Celsius.
And work out how long a pit stop takes.
Okay, is there a way to exit the pits without having to save a freaking setup?
You can discard it.
And this is why I have so many setups, because every time I make a change on a setup, I have to save it, which is just stupid.
No, you can just exit.
Wait, what? No, because then it asks you haven't saved your setup. Oh wait, what? This time it didn't.
If you changed it.
Okay, put on wets. Back. Whoa. That's weird. It used to force you to save it. No, see, yeah, but it gets rid of your changes. It just automatically discards them.
If you discard it, yeah, well.
I didn't discard it, though. I just pressed back twice, and it discarded it automatically. Why is the track so much colder? I guess it's because of the rain. It's 9 degrees ambient, 4 degrees track temp. No wonder there's so little grip here, man. Whoa. What? Did I just hit the... I think I just hit the inside wall of one of my pit box. In my garage. Felt like somebody rammed into my side.
We may need to stop the car off this, so see how you get on and how it works to get the power down.
The time how long a pit stop takes.
It's like impossible to get heat in the brakes here. Oh, we're getting a bit.
The track temperature.
I can't get the brakes up to 300 here. I gotta speed up more. Yeah, I don't know. If I had started rolling in the session earlier, it probably would have been better. But now it's like getting the heat up in these conditions is just gonna be impossible. I'm just doing this to test the suspension, so.
I've just left the pits after changing now, so it's what happens. Whereas obviously in the race you'll actually get preheated ones, so you'll get better pressure in the race than you would do right now. Yeah, I'm running 135 right now, bar.
Invoice, what got you to ask me that question anyway? That kind of, have you ever even been here before? That was just the question caught me off guard, man. I think it was Leon that actually got me to, I played Fortnite with him for a while one night. Nobody else, everybody else I always ask about that game doesn't really give a shit though. They can't be bothered. It's like most people that sim race, they don't really play anything else.
Yeah, the game's majority of them.
I want to try that PUBG War mode as well. Oh god, somebody spun in the last corner of Long Beach and just blocked the entire track. Okay, actually, you know what? These brakes do hold. Okay, they do hold temp better than I thought they did, which isn't too bad.
Track temperature's fallen. It's now
This is just about adapting to the track as it changes. See those rivers starting to form, it's like, you know what's coming. At the moment I can control drift it through those corners. Later on.
15 minutes left. That's
one thing I noticed about the rain in this game is like it's when it gets wet, it's the car becomes oddly predictable. Like it's very drifty and very, you know, understeer and stuff, but it's very easy to predict like how drifty it's gonna be. So you can just kind of just hold it sideways all the time. It actually loses you that much time either. I wonder if there's like a bot that goes around. Maybe this guy's a bot that goes around Twitch. Probably not. Just asking anybody that has the tag variety streamer. They're just like asking every single person, "Oh, have you ever tried Fortnite? You ever think about trying Fortnite?" This is like the #1 game on Twitch right now. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised actually.
Sucks. All the battle royales.
I enjoy them. The thing is, I've always liked that kind of game mode. It's kind of, I still find it really weird that it's a mass appeal game. I usually don't like very mass appeal games. Like, I didn't think that kind of game mode or that kind of gameplay would actually appeal to an audience like that. And I think in 2017 there just wasn't many games.
Sector 1 is 4.6 seconds off the pace.
There just wasn't many games that came out, and I think everybody was just looking for something to kind of jump on the bandwagon, and they found PUBG. I think that's what happened. Because PUBG, I've been saying it for a while, is very, very similar to DayZ. It started as an Arma mod, it became a standalone. Like, it's a survival thing that you spend hours running around doing nothing, finding guns, getting loot, you know, staying alive. And, I mean, yeah, the only difference is they put a circle in and you have to fight each other and there's 100 people. That's literally the only difference between PUBG and DayZ.
0 seconds off the pace. The guy behind has just done a 157.76.
I played a lot of DayZ, so decent amount anyway. Not really. I didn't play PvP DayZ though. I just played walking around with my friends, finding shit DayZ, just like looping, running around, surviving and stuff. It was kind of cool. Now, that last, I need to keep in mind that last chicane in the rain. I'm having some gigantic issues slowing down for it. I think even in the dry, I often miss it. So. In general, realistic shooter games have never really had a massive appeal. That's why this is so weird, this Battle Royale. I've always thought Fortnite, when Fortnite started getting big, that makes way more sense to me than that game got big. Because that game's got a lot more kind of arcadey, easy to jump into and play kind of feel, rather than, for PUBG, it's actually like quite realistic. It's very kind of hardcore survival, where a lot of people are like, oh, it's so boring, blah, blah, blah. But I mean, that's what survival is, sort of. You have to be on your toes all the time, you know? You never know when you're going to get attacked. There's a lot of running around, just spawning, you know, so.
quite like a nice
Cold,
setup.
watch out.
I've always been a huge fan of like sim games, like not even just sim racing. Like I play a lot of WarThunder. I've been getting back into recently, right?
Yeah, I saw that on Steam. I used to play it a bit. I've not played it for
Played
anything.
a lot, so. World of Tanks, I'd say that's not necessarily the sim, but it's sort of like vehicle war simulation type of thing. It's sort of in the same ballpark.
Yeah, no, I played a hell of a lot of that in the past. That game not for such a long time. I'd have so many different tanks. There were just so many people that were using gold ammo and knew every single weak point of every tank.
It kind of improved though.
I remember these weak points. So
I actually got into Clan Wars in that, so.
Yeah, no, I did that when it like first started. I've got like 10 or 15 tier 10 tanks.
Damn, Jesus! You see, the thing with me is I never really paid much in those games, so I never really got far into the tier 10s. I got one tier 10, but the thing is with me is I like to do variety, sort of like this game. I like to do variety, you know. So I have almost every single line in the game. I have like up to like tier 7, tier 8. So, and I only have one tier 10. It's kind of weird.
You don't tend to make much money then in tier 10. Like tier
No.
6, tier
You literally do. You literally lose money in tier 10. So.
Yeah.
I gotta watch my thing. I'm getting a dry eye thing again.
What sort of lap times you getting right now?
Let me see. 49.1, 51.4, 47.2. 49.1. Wow, 47.0
seconds.
That was invalidated.
You've got 10 minutes left. 10 minutes to go.
Although, no, you know what? No, that didn't have any cuts in it. I'll think about it. What about you?
48.7 at the moment. 47.6, 47.1 before that.
See, I'm still struggling for consistency. You using shooter setup?
Modified. Make it more understandable.
I think I haven't really been thinking about it, but I think those those adjustments that you suggested, I think actually are helping.
Sector 2 is 5.3 off the pace.
Although I find it hard to get on the limit in the wet. Like you can't really feel the small details like that. If it was in the dry, I'd be able to feel it better.
I never know how fast I'm supposed to drive. Like earlier, I thought, yeah, I'm doing good pace, and then I checked my gap to Andrex, and it doubled. And I'm like, shit, I'm obviously wrong about that then.
I'm kind of used to just stamping on the brakes, really. But I think that's not working.
That was
I'm doing about
52.51. Good luck. That's your quickest today.
Pedal.
Oh god. Oh god. Sorry, Ferrari.
Clear right.
Oh my god. I like fixated on him when I don't know why the car wouldn't turn. The car just would not turn. I braked early and everything. I still just went right into him.
Front tires are a bit cold. But I'm not getting anywhere near the tyre wear that I was getting before. I was definitely locking up beforehand.
Yo, shooter, I have somebody in my YouTube chat saying I love the M6 and his name is BMW Guy. You sure that's not you?
No, unfortunately not. He took the good login.
Do you drive BM in real life, Sean?
Yeah, I've owned like 5 cars in my life involving BMWs. I just, I don't know.
That might be outside track limits.
Bought one for my first car and liked them, so stuck with them. I dislike the idea of driving a front-wheel drive car if I don't have to. But it's a pain in the ass because my wife's got one as well because she let me pick her car. And it does suck when it snows. Like hers has got winter tyres on them, so you can still drive around, but mine can't move when it snows.
Car right, clear right, you're clear.
I'm gonna follow you to see, like, you're probably gonna go way quicker than me.
I've got a 330 at the moment, so 1930.
Sector 2 is 13 seconds.
I just realized for some reason my ABS reset to low again. I don't know when that happened or how that happened. Probably was part of my issue though.
That lap was at 2:15.08.
No, no problem.
4.2 off the pace.
Okay, now that I'm following you suddenly, I'm like feeling way
Error
more stable.
management. Play it fast.
Oh god, that's deep. Oh, you know what? I think that ABS, changing the ABS from low to high made a huge difference on that.
Well, I've implemented the one missing thing from my Red Bull setup that wasn't in this, which was the super open diff, like 2 clutches. It's a lot harder to control, keep us going in a straight line, but I've got more traction.
0 seconds off the pace.
I can go faster at corners at least. But I'm still like 5 seconds slower than everyone else, so.
Yeah, around the corner.
Whoa! Yeah, you kind of want to stay away from the inside on that one.
Yeah. I don't remember it being as deep last second.
Oh god.
Yeah,
And
that's the
death.
thing, you just need one little tip like that to send you off into the wall or something like that.
You're running traction control, goddamn.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like it.
Five minutes remaining, 5 minutes left.
I don't, I've got a heavy right foot and I just plant it. I don't modulate and gradually increase. It's digital, it's either full or not.
That's your fastest lap. Sector 3 is 4.9 seconds off the pace.
What do you have it set to in the wet?
What, traction control?
Yeah, I mean, like,
I think it's like 13 or 14 at the moment.
I think I've still got mine at 20. I'm seem to be managing pretty well though.
I've got mine at 14 but on high.
I like running
And
low.
that allows you
I
to
actually
move
don't.
in a straight line.
Maybe it's a bit different now, but like every other time I've driven in the rain, I've always preferred high. So I'm just gonna. Sorry, low. So I'm just gonna stick with low.
God, I'll try that. I don't think that'll go well for me though.
Some other people were telling me that even high in the dry is a good idea though.
Left side, clear left.
Looks like that was
High in the
outside
dry is
track
kind of
limits.
useful in the way that, like, say you're driving around and you've got it set to like 16 on low, and that's keeping the back of the car in check. But you think, oh, maybe I could turn it up to 18, but I'm not sure. Set it to high and turn it up to 18, and then you'll find out. Kind of like, because if you do cook it up too much, it cuts the power enough that you'll catch it. I kind of use it sometimes to test it.
Oh god.
Left side.
Sector 2 is 4.8 off the pace.
Oh, I can't turn, but I'm sorry. Understeer. What's up, Nathaniel? God damn, 11 hours of Dirt Rally, you're crazy, man. That game is so tiring.
149.76. That's your fastest lap. Sector 3 is 4.4
I was trying to get my buddy. My buddy wasn't on for very long, but we keep. You probably weren't in stream yesterday when I mentioned it, but me and my friend are like, we were huge fans of Dirt Rally. You like bought it when it came out and just played the crap out of it. And the number one criticism we always had was that we were waiting for PvP to come out for Rally Mode. Which I know they did, like, you know, the online leaderboards and all that shit, but we just, I don't know, it's just not the same, you know? We never got into that, so. We were talking, me and him definitely want to play the PvP on Dirt Rally at some point. My times are really improving here. Sorry, what was that, Andrex?
1.0 seconds
Yeah,
off the
traction
pace.
traction control and high. Whoop.
Is making a difference?
That's 2 minutes left.
Oh god.
2 minutes.
Sorry! Oh!
You missed.
Oh!
Far right.
God damn the puddle!
Clear to the right.
Out of my way! No! It doesn't matter, this lap's already ruined. I was like 1.1 seconds up in the first sector.
Kicks in a bit too much.
Are you downshifting high?
Am I who?
Are you downshifting high? Like, are you trying to use engine braking like you usually do in this car?
Yeah, apart from first.
I see. I haven't been doing that. I probably should be.
You've just done a 150.
Well,
Because I'm so
never-
focused on trying to brake gently and just come down.
Off the pace.
I should turn on my brake pressure more, man. I don't know what I'm doing trying to run like dry pressures. That's my biggest issue. I've still got 92% brake pressure right now, so I know you usually run like 85 or something there, so.
Yeah, for the ABS. Or just the normal brake pressure.
No, well, I run 70 ABS all the time, so. I usually run 70 and then 92 or 93 brake pressure.
Sector 1 is 5.1 seconds off the pace.
You going down to first gear for that street?
No.
Yeah, see, I was.
Hell no.
It was a lot better in second.
I'm not even thinking about first gear there. It's kind of the same here on this exit of that corner there. I am coming into it in first gear, but I'm not sure if it's. I don't know. Second gear is probably a better idea.
I think my lap times are worse there than they were in the last race. We'll reverse changes.
I don't know if I'm just getting more used to the track and the wet, or if it's your setup changes actually did help. I do think they did help somewhat, because I did get rid of that understeer issue I was having.
Yeah, it makes sense. It should.
Because it did, yeah, it definitely felt like it's too soft for rear the more I think about it. Every time I was on throttle or like going to heavy, like putting a lot of weight on the rear of the cornering, then for some reason I'm losing all of my delta in the third sector. Like your AI is just going backwards. What the hell was I saying? Yeah, for some reason I kept going like almost a second up in the first sector, and then by the third sector I'd be down in the red again every single time. Very weird. I must have had a really bad first sector when it was less wet. And then something, I don't know. How long is this race?
It's
30 minutes.
30 minutes again? Okay. Yeah, Nathaniel, you did, but I think I might have to get it again because I think it's somewhere in my bookmarks. But I have a lot of windows and bookmarks and stuff that I'm always trying to keep up with, and I always lose. So, yeah. Oh. All right. Okay. Okay, wait. Oh. What wing are you running, Andrex? 2.7?
I was 2.7 for race, 2.6 qualifying, maybe even go 2.5 actually.
Okay. I mean, you don't use 6th gear here, so like high aero is not going to really hurt you.
Well, there's no corners that really dependent on aero. As I say, maybe turn 1, possibly a bit of turn 2 and a bit of turn 3.
It should aid you on braking a bit,
On
though,
that.
I think. Like a bit.
Hmm.
Well, Rossi just went pole to flag at Long Beach. That's fine, Nathaniel. I'll be able to find it, I'm sure. Appreciate it, though. So it's like a separate app that you run outside of the game, and then you have to like hold F5 or something, and it like engages some crazy shit. Sounds really crazy to me. The fact that it's not like an actual in-game mod is so strange to me.
What's that?
This PvP thing that you can use for Dirt Rally. Like it literally allows you to drive on the track at the same time in any car with a bunch of other people, like in Ghost mode.
Okay.
Any track, any car. It's really cool. You can use like hill climb cars and rally courses, rally cars and hill climb courses, all kinds of things. What am I doing? I'm totally lost.
I figure the camber's miles too high for the wet.
So looking at the inside, the temps and the insides were where all the heat was.
No, I'm just going with I mean, less corner force means that the tires are pulled over less, plus the car rolls less, so tires aren't going to move as much.
Yeah, plus it's almost all chicanes too, so.
I checked my Red Bull setup, and I had -3 in the front and -1.5 in the back, and I think -3 in the front was I considered high, but it was handy for like a long sweeping one. I think it might be useful for turn 1 here, but yeah, I'm going -1.5 in the back.
So what, you're turning it down to that? Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it might suck for the dry. It'll make it kind of peaky on corners, but like I said, I mean, I think right now I'm going to be losing 10 seconds a lap in the wet, so my dry pace is irrelevant.
Oh, that sounds better. Oh my god, game, please. Okay, now quali. Same thing. But turn this up.
Yeah, some negative front toe might help the car turn in a little bit. I know that
a little bit more negative at the front and positive at the back, just like one click more than what you had. I think it's like -0.2 and plus 0.3 at the back.
Yeah, I'm literally copying my Red Bull setup, and that's -2 in the front and -0.4 in the back. So
that's what I wanted to do. Is I wanted to test the Red Bull setup.
Yeah, I mean, I've got screenshots of it. I deleted all my setups.
10 minutes left.
I didn't.
I thought they were out to get me.
Even if I did, I wouldn't. I don't want to. I just want to use them as references. I don't want to necessarily use them, but I just have them as references to go check and kind of like remake them. Just have the settings in my head. I don't remember what my last quality time was.
I have no idea, but I realised I was doing it with like 60 litres of fuel or whatever you gave me.
Oh my god, don't do this again.
Just done a 135.69.
What the fuck are we waiting for? We're the back guy in the pit lane, for God's sakes.
Mhm.
Like, there's nobody else to my left. Come on.
It is retarded. It's the most frustrating thing. You like lose half a lap.
Literally just so triggering. Come on, man! I still can't move. Fuck. And I guarantee you it's caused by somebody just sitting there. Or maybe it's not, I don't know. I've never had it happen alone, though. It's this guy to my right.
It should be because somebody's not leaving the pits, but why would you just sit there not doing anything?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel like we're triggering each other's issue. Whoever this is, that you, Shooter, sitting next to me?
I don't know, but I'm in
Are you in the pit?
Screen. Oh, well, yeah, I'm in the pits, but I'm in the
okay, yeah, you're right next to me.
Yeah,
you're the only guy next to me. I can't move. And then there's the coyote guy.
I think it normally somebody to your left that would block
I still
you,
can't leave. I still can't leave.
I'll be 2 seconds. I'll pull out.
I don't think it's your. I'm just curious. I want to figure this out. I really do. Because it's such a common issue. It happens all the time. Oh my god. So many little things that trigger me in this game.
No, I've just resubscribed to iRacing, so.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Luck with that.
Already spent 50 quid this month.
I just bought a subscription to premium. Well, not a subscription, but I bought a premium time in WarThunder last night too. So, can you move right now, Shooter? Is it possible?
No, I'm blocked. Shit.
Gixer? I think it's this Coyote guy. Like this is actually legitimately this is the longest I've ever been held though. I've never been held this long before. This is fucking crazy. What a broken fucking game. Like,
It's that
real.
Koi guy. He's kind of vibrating in the pit box. I'm gonna kick him.
Yeah, do it. Gixer just went. Gixer just left. So Gixer can get out. So it must be Coyote. I'm pretty sure it's got to be triggered by people near you. There, now I can go.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. It was definitely Coyote. I think he was just sitting there, like readied up, not going.
It was weird though, because he was just kind of like vibrating on the spot, and
So were you though. When you clicked ready, I saw you start moving around.
Oh, I've got fucking wet tiles on.
Oh my god, dude. I was literally just sitting there for almost, what, 3 minutes? Waiting to be able to try.
133.72.
That's insane.
I need to get my braking and turning points for that turn 1 and turn 2 done. Something to get it just right.
And he's not going to be able to get back in because of the way the kicking system works in this game. I feel bad for him.
No, he's a random.
No, but...
Unless he's on your stream, isn't he?
No, I don't think so. I still feel bad for him. I just, like, the thing is, with the way the kicking works in this game, if you kick somebody, they can't rejoin. It doesn't allow you.
And that's when you start a session.
Yeah. It's so
Yeah,
wrong.
no.
It's another, that's another sign of a console.
In terms of if it's a wrecker, it means that you can't join in a game. Good. But if it's not, then...
Well, it's another sign of a console port, having a feature like that. I gotta say. That would be a common thing on console, because it's tedious to kick somebody on console, so once you kick them, they're just permanently kicked, right?
5 minutes remaining.
Whereas on PC, usually you'd actually be able to, like, there'd be separate kick and ban features and stuff like this, like timeout feature, whatever.
Well, the fact that if you make a dedicated server, you can't just like assign certain people to be admins. Like the first guy that turns up can just like kick everyone and be an asshole. It makes there's absolutely no point in hosting one.
Wait, is that actually how Deddy servers work?
Yeah, it's just like basically like an online lobby, as if like you can set it so that like the first person cannot change the tracking and other things like that. But the first person in can still kick people anytime they want and stuff. Like they're in charge.
So I'm actually using these cameras that you were suggesting on the quality setup too, and it actually feels fine so far. I might be so used to driving in the wet now. No, I think it actually does feel improved now. So I wonder if the whole issue is cambered.
I think it depends how you like steer into a corner. Like I tend to steer quite early into a corner because I know that the car's going to like wash out a little bit.
Oh god.
So having some camber means that like it won't wash out too far. Whereas I guess you want the car to turn as soon as you turn the wheel. Whereas I can expect it to be late.
You've got 10 minutes of fuel remaining.
I don't really analyze how much I'm turning in when. Just kind of do it.
It's probably best not to think about it.
Yeah, no, it's exactly. That's sort of my mindset about it. I think if I start thinking about it, I'm going to start doing things wrong.
Right, I'm just going to do it same setup except in the wet tyres to see the time difference, that difference.
That's a pretty good time, right? I mean, 33.1. That sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah, that would have been... That was your pole time from the last race.
Well, that's what I was at. I couldn't remember my pole from the last race. Okay, now now we're getting the same issue. We're getting the fucking stability control. Four wheel drifts. Okay, you remember when I was bitching about your setup for Road America yesterday? That is exactly the same issue I'm getting again. Like the front just doesn't get grip suddenly. It's just suddenly a four-wheel drift out of nowhere, like in the middle of the corner. You're like 3/4 of the way through the corner, and you're just trying to get the power on. Like you've already been on full power for a little while, and then it just suddenly four-wheel drifts, and you're just wide. And you're having to like lift off or do something to compensate for it.
I mean, I think technically that's probably most likely, if it's coming on towards the end of a corner when you're already past halfway through, as the power's building, it's probably a diff locking up. Like, it's especially worse because with the soft tires, you don't really notice it in there.
So you think I should turn down the power ramp probably? Yeah, that's what I was thinking yesterday too.
Well, yeah, I mean, because that's what it's kind of. Once that locks up, then it means the back wheels are just going to try and push the front and the understeer. I mean, again, I kind of expect it, so that doesn't really bother me. But I mean, normally I would have ran a more open rear diff for power. No, sorry, I'd have more. No, normally I'd have
that's interesting.
Post, but
sorry.
Sector 3 is.
See, I don't know. It's like most of my references are with the hard tyres. Like, I'm not really used to the soft tyres. We've not really ran them this year. Apart from, I mean, like the Nürburgring, we ran them in the evaluation races, and I think nearly every other race has been hard. Even Kota was hard for me.
I've literally not done a race on softs at all. I don't think there was any races that you needed to use softs.
None you needed to, no. It was optional for Kota, it was optional for Long Beach, and maybe it was optional for Zhuhai if you were really smooth.
Very marginal for Zhuhai. Very close between the two.
You've got half your fuel left.
One of the things with the softs is they have more grip initially, but as soon as you like the surface temperature builds, it's in the middle corner, so if you slide them at all, then you really lose grip a lot faster. And I really don't like them. I like the hards. I like being able to slide through a corner.
I find it the other way around. I find that the softs are just always better now. Even when they overheat, like when they overheat, they become the same as the hards, but then they just let go a bit harder. That's about it. Like they actually feel like they have the same performance now.
Well, I'm kind of talking since patch 4, I guess. I mean, you're more driving me time in since patch 5.
Oh, sorry, patch 5. Whatever. I'm getting confused with the numbers.
Yeah, I mean, since patch 5, all I've pretty much done is Zhuhai, so and that was hards for me.
Sorry, what was I gonna say? God damn it, I can't remember.
36 to 9. I could have done a couple more laps to get tired up a bit more, but we're essentially looking at 31 and 36 to 9. About 3.5, 4 seconds.
What was I gonna say?
Just got my lap invalidated.
So preload. God, I'm gonna get all confused again.
The preload, basically the diff's always locked up the preload amount, and then.
But what's that mean? So okay, so like if look, I'm having issues with like I actually noticed it was in the mid corners too. So I think it's a bit of coast, like right near the apex. It's a bit of coast to power. So. Having the preload higher is going to have it locked more often, right?
Well, it'll have it locked more because it'll always be your diff will always at least be locked the preload amount, and then the diff or coast ramps can lock it further.
Also, I noticed. Sorry, that's what I was going to say. The last corner
on the electric throttles, all preload.
The last corner, when I was getting on throttle there, I had traction control off. My inside tire started spinning. So yeah.
That's just straight power ramp, I guess. But I mean, if you put the preload up though, because the preload, I mean, what was actually probably happening is your inside tire, one of your tires was spinning that initial throttle, and it's kind of like the power ramp doesn't really matter until you're almost up at full revs. Like for the kind of anything below like 0 and kind of 2/3 power, it's all the preload that's deciding how locked your diff is. Shit, I'll be back in a minute.
This is the weird thing, because I don't have these issues when preload was at 100. That's the weird thing.
For me, preload was the biggest thing that they changed in the last patch. Sorry, I'll be back.
Now you're probably, I mean, you're probably right. You know what you're talking about with this stuff a lot more. It's just, I guess it's different since the patch. This is the problem, it's the patch. I'm finally starting to learn this stuff, and now the patch fucking changes it all again, like... Oh. So I had it all in the second sector. What's the second sector? That's the first chicane, second chicane, I guess?
Yeah, I'm very slow and steady through there. I think it's the second chicane that I'm very slow on.
Yeah, you gotta nail the line. There's a lot of time to be found in that second chicane.
Mm-hmm.
I think you want to stay as far right as possible. How do I explain? Like as far right as possible after the first right-hander, then as far left as possible after the left-hander.
Yeah, so take
And then
the
you
first
just smooth,
part.
just all about smoothness after that.
Pole position.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm thinking I'm gonna turn down my power ramp to 70. 65 even maybe. I'll do 70. Preload's at 50. I think that's like that sounds plenty low.
What have you got your power ramp at?
75. Same as I'm using shooter's default, like what he sent us. So.
Okay.
So then the clutches is
80
what
preload and
confuses shit to
60
me.
power ramp.
Sorry, what?
I've got 80 preload and 60 power ramp.
Oh, with 6 clutches.
Whatever he's set up, I don't know.
Yeah, 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it just amplifies the amount of lock that you get. If you're on 60, I'm gonna do 65.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably about the equivalent of 4 clutches on about 50 or 55. So
Yeah, that's
I mean
good.
that's probably what you're after.
Yeah, that's usually
You
what
guys
I'm at.
still wet?
Now, you
Yeah.
could just change it to 4 clutches. Like, I mean,
Oh,
they're
God,
all
this
it
is my
really is
quality
a
setup.
multiplier.
Shit. I don't have time for this. God damn it, it's gonna take me forever to save now. Might not make this.
That's
Damn
20
it.
odd seconds.
Yeah, I know, but it takes, you know how long it takes to...
Mm-hmm.
God, I don't have a setup ready. Not gonna make this. Fuck's sakes. Fuck this game. Like, just all these little quirks. I swear to God. Continue! Continue!
Yeah, we're done.
My ass. Seriously. This game. Sick of this shit. I can't even modify setups. So tired of this shit.
Oh, that's under theory.
Oh.
Hello.
Hello.
No way I would have made it. I even, like, the setup I was about to ready up on had wet tires on it, so.
I think Gixter's trying that.
I might try it, but I'm rather not gonna do it.
Lower camber seems the way to go. This feels, I was trying to remember what changed, but it feels transformed.
Right, I've got the wrong cambers now. Okay, wait. Thank you for reminding me of that, too. That's my point, like, I didn't have any time to do anything there, though. Okay.
I'm gonna delete half of this shit because this is just gonna. That then. I don't know what. I don't even know what that is. Okay, so transition from quali race. That down. Bit. That's all I had to do. That's all I had to do. Then put the fuel in it. I just didn't have time to do that. It takes too long to put fuel. Alright. Everybody did the math on how long this race is going to be? Oh.
It'll be an hour. It's calculated to be an hour.
Fuel loads are impossible to judge though. I'm going to fuel for the dry just in case it doesn't rain, just because, like, shit, you never know.
That's what I'm saying. It's really hard. It's really hard to judge how long it's going to be.
I think someone said they tested it and it rained with like 12 minutes to go or something one time. Like, I mean, it's probably unlikely that's going to happen again, but like, anything can happen.
Like one.
I've always had weathers come in early.
Like we're doing 135s, 135s. That'd be pretty optimistic.
Ooh.
God, now I gotta do the math of this again.
You know, I'm driving this now and it feels like nicer than it did before. And I should be happy with that, but actually I'm kind of bummed because I completely changed my setup to be better in the wet, thinking I was sacrificing how it was going to feel in the dry, and I've actually made it better in the dry. It's a little disheartening, but like kind of nice at the same time.
Can't be right. 37 laps? No way. That can't be right. Track is like the shortest one we've raced at. That doesn't. I don't know. I'm just gonna rely on other people for this. Usually I do it myself, but I
made a stupid thing in a spreadsheet where you tell it like the lap time that you think the leader will run, and it tells me in like my fuel consumption per lap, and it tells me how much fuel to put in. I always end up with like 5 liters too many or something, but like, it's never a bad thing.
Yeah, no, like 5-10 liters too much is fine. You'd rather have that for sure.
Yeah, that's what I would aim for, to be honest.
Yep.
But it's one of the things where it's like you're supposed to put in like what I think the fastest lap time will be, but it's because it's going to be entirely different random lap times. It's like no idea how many laps it will be.
To win.
And that's something. So I guess all the tiers are going back to timed race for this one then.
Well, it was done for stability reasons for the flickering and stuff like that, but it obviously made no difference. So
I was gonna say, like, I think that's just a like total assumption. I think at this point, this game is just so crazily unpredictable that we're just taking anything we can get and throwing it in there. Doing anything we can to try and prevent this crap.
That's a shame because I mean, ideally SMS would like tell us like, oh yeah, we got a problem with this, you might want to avoid it or something. But
don't give a shit.
It's just you just got to trial and error it.
They don't give a shit.
No, they're pretty much done with it, I think, other than DLC or whatever. They're just...
It's one of these companies, they're just like, yeah, we want to make money and make our game look as good as possible. We don't give a shit about criticizing it and improving it. They just want to sell a game to people that are going to get pissed off at how bad it is. They still made money, who cares, right? I fucking hate companies that do this stuff, but that's what most game companies do now. So...
At the end of the day, it's probably not even just as simple as them wanting to sell games. They're probably wanting to sell their company. I mean, if you like, I mean, Kunos did it. They sold their company, made a game, got a following, got a good reputation, and then sold their company, but kept their jobs.
Wait, what?
Probably bought a yacht.
How did they sell their company?
They sold Kunos, sold like Kunos Studios to like Sector 6 Publishing or some shit like that. I don't know, not that, but like some publishing thing. That the partner that they teamed up with for the console release, they basically just cashed out, but they kept their jobs and they're still in charge. But they just got like, I don't know, like $10 million or something. They could go and buy yachts and speedboats and shit.
Apparently the game was horrible on console. Apparently. Which doesn't really surprise me with the way that Assetto is.
Consoles are terribly underpowered compared to modern PCs. I mean, you try and make...
I mean, I think it's more... I don't think it's necessarily the hardware side is the issue. I think it's more the fact that... I don't know how to explain it. Everything tends to be oversimplified for consoles. That's the thing that's the problem.
Because they're very simple people.
Yeah, exactly. Very simple.
I think that they're limited in some ways with what they can do with the online stuff because they've got to follow. It's got to work with the PlayStation Network and
that too.
Xbox Online.
I mean, a great example is that, right? The reason we don't have the patch notes right now. That's a perfect example of this shit.
But there's something like the reason why the leaderboards in the PC one sucks. You know, like when you go in and it tells you the fastest lap time for your GT3 cars or your car class at this track's in a GT1 car. And it's supposedly because there's some limit in the consoles. They can only have like 1,000 leaderboards or something.
Because of Microsoft, you can't have a certain number of leaderboards for the game. The Microsoft and Sony don't allow it. Does it bloat the server too much or something like that? I can sort of understand. That's the thing you gotta understand is that the people that manufacture the consoles are the people that also provide the network for the consoles. So they need to limit stuff. It's fucking ridiculous to me though. I'm sorry, you're paying a subscription for the network. Okay? If you're paying a subscription for the network, there should be very little limits, and yet there's a ton of limits. There's a ton. I remember I used to pay Xbox Live for 360, and it was I remember how much they kept auto-renewing it for me after I quit. It was insane.
What lap times are you running to?
Not great. Like the last one's a 36, but I'm not. I was kind of talking and stuff. I wasn't really trying a lot, but I'm going to see how quick I can go because this feels really nice, but it's really easy if I set up. It feels nice, but slow as shit.
Another good example of a console port thing. I should be able to join the session right now. There should be an option to be able to let people join during sessions. The fact that the transition from practice to quali, if you join in the last 5 minutes of practice, you can't get in. Or 3 minutes or something like that. It won't let you in. You have to wait till quali starts. Just things like that. It's like pure laziness. The way the core of the game is built is not practical at all.
But I think it's probably the foundation.
Yeah, sorry, that's what I should say. Like the physics core itself is really solid, but then it's all the interface. 99% of the issues are with the interface. It seems like there was it almost seems like there's two separate studios that like produced the game and just miscommunicated like crazy, you know. That's what it seems like.
What looks like the rain starting.
See the new Assetto Corsa, is that PC only?
I doubt it. But I'm not concerned. The thing with them is
all the groundwork to get it console ready for the other one.
The thing with them is that they place their core in PC, whereas games like this don't do that. I mean, they do, but they don't. Like, how do I explain it? They optimize it so that it's easy to port over to consoles, right? They make it so that it's easy to get on all three platforms or whatever, because it's much cheaper for them that way. Makes them a lot more money that way.
I think any one of us would probably do the same thing though, because I mean, like I think Assetto Corsa sold like 1 million units in console and like 200,000 units in PC or something.
Yeah, but selling and having a good product are two very different things. Like marketing is a bitch.
I think one of the things that Kunos used to defend himself was the fact that they were like if you want us to have money to make a new game that's better, then like we had to go to console and make some cash or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. I can't criticize them for putting it on console. The fact is, it's just I heard from a lot of people that the game had a lot of issues on console. It just wasn't solid. And I'm not that surprised. Again, it's because the game was based on PC, and their core concept was for PC. Their whole idea to it was that we're going to make a great game for PC and just dedicate our dedicated audiences on PC. And that's the mod support is a great example of that. They gave fantastic mod support, which you're only going to be able to get that on PC. So it's and then you go and port it over to console. It's like, yeah, we're just gonna kind of like spruce a bunch of things so that it works on console, just give it to the console users. And yeah, it's gonna be a lot worse, but I mean that's what you get on console. I'm sorry. With games like this, it's just I'm not saying console's always bad, but generally the more hardcore the game gets, the worse it gets for console, generally. PUBG. Yeah. PUBG, exactly, great example. PUBG is not that well optimized on PC. You put it on console, it's horrible. It's terrible. I've heard really, really bad things about that. I haven't tried it myself or even seen gameplay, but apparently it runs like even worse than on PC.
Apparently, like just 30 frames a second if you're lucky.
Yeah. And actually, a lot of console games are like that. A lot of console games are like that. Very few of them run 60 frames a second.
But then, I mean, my processor costs more than a bloody Xbox, and so does my graphics card. So
yeah, that's a good point.
It's fair.
You see, a lot of people forget this. Consoles are literally packaged PCs, basically.
Yeah. Cheap ones.
Yeah.
They take all the hardware that they get, and they buy in huge amounts of bulk. They make deals with the hardware makers. They get like the most efficient, cost-efficient hardware they can get, and then they just make a console out of it. That's what they do. Consoles should stick to Gran Turismo and Forza. You're not wrong, Duford. You're not wrong. I'd love to be able. This is another thing. I'm not criticizing anybody. Oh, if you use consoles, you're fucking horrible. That's not what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at is the way that they're manufactured, the way that things are made for them is. I would love to be able to have console players actually play Sims in the way that they're supposed to be played. It's just not practical. It's just not practical in the way that things work right now. It's kind of sad. A lot of things on console. Honestly, consoles. A lot of the issues that with gaming right now are caused by consoles. It's fucking sad. Both Sony and Microsoft, they've just been getting their grimy mitts all up in our shit. EA kind of directly supports of that too. EA and Microsoft and all them, they kind of go hand in hand. A lot of marketing tactics, a lot of cost-saving tactics, a lot of rehashing, a lot of that shit. No reverse compatibility, no. You have to pay for subscription for online. It's just stuff like this. It's. Kind of glad I've been into PC for a long time for these kinds of reasons. I'm sorry, I'm going on a huge rant here. It's just it's just the point. The thing that's frustrating about it is the fact that PC games get directly affected by this. That's what's frustrating about this.
Although arguably PC games are funded by it, I mean, they wouldn't if they were only going to sell this game on the PC, they'd have put even less effort into it.
This didn't used to be an issue.
Absolute shit show.
This did not used to be an issue. 10 years ago, this did not used to be an issue. It just started 10 years ago, actually. More I'd say 15 years ago. This was 100% not an issue. Because they weren't even trying. They didn't even consider putting PC games on console because it wasn't practical at the time. And even when they would do that, they would generally put as much quality as possible into each version. But now it's all about cost efficiency and stuff, and because there's so many people that use consoles, they can make so much money off just releasing a shitty port onto a console. Then it makes sense for them because they can make, it's again budget, like you were saying. A lot of the money that goes into the game comes from consoles, so comes from console users buying it. Anyway, on the other hand, you have iRacing. iRacing is like the polar opposite of this stuff. Except, I mean, to be honest, iRacing kind of does the same thing that console companies do. Which is why I'm so frustrated with it. I never played it, but I'm not, again, with iRacing, they actually do come up with a pretty quality product, but there's a lot of things they could still improve. The fact that they're charging so much for it, Still,
Stability seems to be a lot better than any other game though.
that's the #1 thing that they thrive on is their stability, their server stability, and their reliability. All that stuff is fan-fucking-tastic, and that's where the subscription's going into. That's where all that subscription fee's going into. I can understand.
I mean, how much is it a month?
A lot.
It's about £8. But you've got to buy all the, well, you don't have to buy, but without purchasing, you'll have very, very limited content, like things like the MX-5 and whatever, the Cadillac. And you can use it, but you'll probably only have about 7 or 8 tracks or something out of the box that you can run with without buying more.
Yeah, focus.
11 quid for a new car and 14 quid, no, sorry, dollars. So it's what, about 9 quid for a new car and 12 quid for a new track.
Yeah, focus. That's exactly the point that Hendrix is making right now. Basically, it's a lot. Like the content is the part that gets people. Like, okay, yeah, the sub is expensive, but people would still be willing to pay it if they would just get content out of it too, and they don't. And that's the part.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Cause, I mean, it's like, how on earth are they getting away with using both pricing models like subscription and
elitism, man. I've said this like numerous times over the last couple months. It's elitism. People think that because it's a sub game, it's automatically superior, and we have to support the shit out of it. People just justify the price by. They have this mindset that it's just superior to everything else, and it's nothing else.
Because they've invested hundreds of pounds into it. They don't want to think, oh, I made a wrong choice, or something else is equally as good without having spent 200-300 quid on it.
I mean, I think actually, in general, the value of pretty much any, like, I mean, any decent game or any racing game for me, I mean, it's like, it costs a tiny amount when you think about it. I mean, like, shit, if I check, I've probably this game running for like 500 hours or something, and it cost me, what, like $50? Yep. And then, like, I mean, even like, if you're paying like a £10 a month subscription or something, it's like, I mean, if you use it for 10 hours, you basically paid £1 an hour to be entertained. I mean, that's better value for money than a lot of things.
Yeah, I've just today been at Digger World with the kids and the family. That cost 80 quid for, granted it was like 3-4 hours or so of messing about with JCBs and stuff like that, but 80 quid just like that in one day. Like, wow, okay.
Yeah, I mean, like me sitting doing this is saving me money.
Sorry, it was 60 quid, one of the kids were free.
Wow.
By the way, the track is 0 degrees right now. 8 degrees ambient, 0 degrees track temp. Just saying.
Do not like that second chicane. It's so slippy.
Anyway, sorry everybody that's watching. I mean, that just triggered the shit out of me. What happened there? I'm just like, I know that like my viewers like literally like I'm like 1/3 after that happened.
When did I end up second?
You've been second the whole time. Wait, what? Wait, how did that happen? What? Wait. Now I'm really
got like undercut or overcut in the pit stops or something.
I've been sitting here watching, and yeah, I guess you must have.
What you were leading, yeah?
Yeah. I thought
Hendrix, you were in third, and then now you're in first. That's all that happened, basically.
Yeah.
I never noticed that.
What happened was you did one of those pit stop things.
Oh shit! That's why.
Yeah.
Wait, but what?
That's why I was asking you.
I see. Okay.
I was wondering why you were in third. I have to say. I thought you did something crazy with your setup and it just worked real bad.
Interesting. How did it feel?
That's why I was asking what lap times you were doing to see if comparable.
Wait, so are you on slicks or wets?
I should have been doing 34s for sure.
I was on wets since the green light.
Okay. What lap times were you doing?
37, 38.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Really? 37, 38. That's only like 2-3 seconds off. Wow. Interesting. I mean, the track is so. This is one thing to keep in mind. Like in normal conditions, the wet tires in the dry would be probably a big issue, but the track is so freaking cold here in this race that you know it might not actually make a big difference.
I cooked mine after 7 laps, but I was kind of sliding about and wasn't taking it easy on them, and I'm not great at not overheating tyres. So I think it's doable for people the kind of people that could have ran softs at Zhuhai.
through the math in this. It all depends when the rain comes. So let's. So
yeah, it's a risk.
So how many laps are we assuming? There's going to be like 40-ish laps or something, right? Usually that's usually around what it is. It should be in similar times to do high.
Two sessions. So it's 2 sessions, half hour each, and the rain can come anywhere in that first half hour. It's normally around about that half hour mark, but it can be plus or minus about maybe 10 minutes or so.
Yeah.
You're probably looking at around 20 minutes dry and 40 minutes wet.
Well, it could be 20 minutes dry, or it could be 40 minutes dry, right?
And the formation lap wastes about 3 or 4 of the minutes.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah.
And then what also happens is, because I was driving on these wet in the dry, they're nice and warm. So you're coming out the pit, and I don't know what tire temperature you're running at.
I've got my hottest is 40, and that's my back left.
Oh, okay, mine have actually cooled down a hell of a lot, so
okay.
I'm not going to mess with that. But
I don't know, man. So the pit stop itself is probably going to be about 30-40 seconds or something like that. Like a delta that you lose. So I just did if you just do 15 minutes times 3, which is like 3 seconds you're losing per lap, let's say. That's already 45. That's already 45 seconds. So you're already at that point. That's not even say 30 minutes times 3.
Well, if you're losing 3 minutes a lap, then
seconds.
it means that you're losing. Hold on, I had that and lost it. If you're losing 3 minutes a lap, it means you're losing losing a minute every. Fuck.
Don't worry about it. I just did the math. I just did the math. Don't worry about it. The 30 minutes over 30 laps. Sorry, hold on. Now I'm getting all confused now. Okay, okay, wait.
It's a minute every 30 seconds
wait,
that you
I
lose.
screwed
So
up.
every minute that you lose,
Okay, hold on.
every actual minute that passes, you lose like 2 seconds.
Okay, so if there's 40 laps divided by 2, that's 30 minutes. 20 laps. Let's say it's 30 minutes. Okay, something like that. That sounds about right. So let's say if it comes out. If the rain starts early, if it's 15 minutes in, so that'll be about 20 minutes into the race, where it like counts the formation lap.
You've lost 40 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. You've already lost a good 30-40 seconds. That's how long a pit stop takes. So even if the rain comes early, it's barely going to be worth it. So if the rain comes middle or late, I don't think it's going to be worth it. That's if you're losing 2 to 3 seconds a lap. That's 3 seconds a lap, right? 2 seconds a lap, it might be a different story. So like two times. Okay, I'm getting lost in the math again.
But that's, I mean, you're talking about, that was 3 seconds a lap to me. I mean, you're talking about the leaders, you're going to be losing like 5 seconds a lap. So there's certainly not a game plan for winning. But maybe for a better position.
2 times 20 is 40. So yeah, if you're losing 2 seconds a lap, if it starts raining at halfway, you're going to be about neutral with the people that pit stop.
Yeah, and every time I've ever run something like this, it's always been early. Like halfway through the first weather slot.
So 2 times
is only 2 seconds a lap.
15. It's 30. At that point, you will start having a better gap.
Andres was losing 2 seconds a lap from me, which I'm slow as fuck.
Yeah, so, I need to optimize. I mean, that was just. I need to look at some data or whatever to see on the wet, in the dry.
Do like 10 laps on softs. Do 10 laps on wets. See what the difference is.
Yeah. I reckon it's a good 3 seconds.
Yeah, it seemed about that to me when I tried it earlier today.
That's pretty significant. If it's 3, if you can get it down to 2 seconds, it's gonna be arguable. 3 seconds, I don't think it's worth it.
What's strange though, because it wasn't like it felt terrible anywhere. It was just slow. I mean, maybe
mine felt
on it a bit.
You get it maybe get it kind of a bit more stable.
That's sort of the thing though. The rain tires usually don't feel that bad in the dry. It's literally just that they're slow. That's what it is. Anyway, sorry. When did the rain start? I'm not sure. It starts at about halfway. So like whatever session, like we have it set so it's whatever the session like is, then it'll start about halfway because that's what we're gonna have happen on Wednesday. So yeah. Sorry. High speed, high focus. Sorry, I'm serious. I got so triggered by the start of that race. It's not like I was like lollygagging either. I was going around my setups pretty quick, and I still ran out of time because it takes so long to freaking save them and load them and stuff. It's crazy. This is why I need to go through and delete a bunch of my stuff. Anyway, so yeah, Nestor, we were doing a 30-minute practice. What the actual race that we have on Wednesday is going to be an hour, but we're doing a 30-minute practice, so it starts raining around like 10 to 20 minutes in. Whereas in the actual race, it's going to rain anywhere from 20 to 40 minutes in. In theory, it should be earlier than later, though. So
It started at lap 7, 8.
yeah. And so you did 16 laps, Andrew. Or wait a minute, sorry, we still got 2 minutes left. Okay, so you're going to do like 17, 18 laps. So that times 2, yeah, that's going to be like 35, 37 laps. Alright, so I guess my fuel calculation was right. 40 laps will be plenty safe for fuel, and I think 40 laps is like 100-something liters. Wait, is that right?
I'll tell you what I finish on here, and then obviously.
That's also that's also assuming what the lap calculation is for fuel, which is probably completely wrong. I should be trusting my dash for fuel. Oh, Nestor's telling you that you should sleep soon, Andrex.
Why?
Apparently he races with you.
Daniel, yeah.
Nestorwitz Racing?
Nestorwitz. Yeah.
Yes, there you go. Oh my god, that drift. Oh, thank you, Nathaniel. Appreciate that. Oh, Goose Rubber. You guys done testing after this or what? Like,
Yeah, I think. Oh,
I don't. I still don't think, like, no matter what it turns out to be, if it actually is worth it to start on wets, I'm still not sure I'll start on wets.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to go backwards in traffic, but I mean, if you can hold people up.
Backwards in traffic's not great in pro. Like,
no, that's a good point though, Andrex makes. If you can hold people up, that makes a huge difference.
Passing's not incredibly easy.
I think there's more chances somebody in pro trying to take a dive on you though and fucking up than there is in elite. Like in elite, you can have a train behind you of pretty much anyone in the field and they won't crash into you, but if you're down in like 8th or 10th in pro, it's like the Badlands sometimes. Not in a bad way, it's not like people crash into each other, but like they will take a dive on you. I mean, I spend half the time jumping out their way.
Something weird about pro, I don't know what it is. The thing is, I never run down that low, strangely. I do not sound cocky, but like, I haven't really had any races where I was down that low, except for Coda, and what was the other one? I had another one where I finished 15th or something, but at that point, it's like I sort of ended up back there. It's not like I started back there. Or was it?
It was just a bad race for me. I still don't know that track. But, I mean, it's kind of like, it's for watching, and like, see when you watch the replay, like the broadcast of the race, I mean, it's not really that. I mean, again, no one's ever crashed into me really well. Someone did hit the back of me at Long Beach and they spun, but I was kind of slow through that corner, so I'll take the blame for that. But I mean, I'm normally okay, but it's just watching the online broadcast. You're like, what the hell? Cars spinning everywhere.
Yeah, that's on my list of things that I want to watch that I still haven't watched. That I'm probably not going to end up watching. Just like the Long Beach race, I meant to watch the broadcast of that, and I didn't watch that either. That race was just a mess.
So there you go. Like, fastest lap was a 37.3, and you had a 34.5. So
that says quite a bit, actually.
3 seconds.
Yeah, that's significant.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that someone else with a dry setup, paying attention and like driving better would be easily in the 33s. The people you're racing, I mean,
yeah,
and probably lower than that. So it's probably a no-go, but
it's a risk essentially. If the rating comes very early, it could work.
Shooter, how the hell did you get that rating? You don't even like do pub lobbies.
If you race, I used to do them, but like, I'd do them during the day when I was supposed to be working.
Yeah.
I would jump on every now and then for like a 5-lap race, And the people during the day, like I think most of them are playing keyboards for their in their laptop in their office.
I'm not sure about that, but yeah, they're pretty bad usually. I don't know. During the day, actually, I never really had many issues. It's usually in the night that all the baddies and the crashers and stuff come out. For me, anyway. So I noticed that same thing in Assetto. I have the same problem in Assetto. That's why I usually, after like 4 or 5 p.m., I usually shouldn't race. But guess what? I'm always streaming at that time. Which I should know better. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't know that wet from the start is going to really work. I'd say it worked at Le Mans.
Apparently, Gixxer was doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Yes, Nestor.
I would need to work on that setup because it wasn't optimal for running wet on the dry. It was a bit slidey and not very grippy.
Oh God, I hate how much testing. Grumble, grumble.
I don't know. I'd say you could be lucky and the rain could come within the first 15-20 minutes, which is essentially 15 minutes when you take into the parade lap or whatever.
It would have to come in super early for
and
it to
then
be worth it, I think.
You luck out. And certainly if you block people and hold people up behind you. But then it could be that it doesn't come in for 30-40 minutes, in theory. So I don't think I've really ever had a weather change happen after the slot should change. Like if it's 2 slots in an hour's race, it's obviously half an hour. I don't think I've ever had a change where it's after that half hour.
Yeah, that Spa race was mega early. I think that was like lap 6 or 7 or something.
Yeah, so at Le Mans it was very early as well. It was within, I think, its first 4 laps or so at Le Mans. Obviously, they're twice long laps, so equivalent to like lap 8 or whatever anywhere else. But yeah, both me and my teammate jumped a lot of people from there. We were ridiculously slowing off the pace in the first dry spell, but after that, then after they pitted, we had a good 30-second lead on them, almost a minute lead.
I figure that the way it's looking right now, I'm not going to terribly enjoy the wet part of the race, so I'm going to start in dries and enjoy that part, and then just go backwards for there.
It's another thing. Like I just want to be able to do a pit stop. I don't know why. Maybe it's a bad idea. I don't.
It's kind of risky with this game, I have to say. Sometimes it just doesn't want to change your tires for you. That happened to Dawu at Daytona on the endurance race.
That happened to Shooter was talking about earlier. It happened to the guy that I can't remember the name of.
Yeah, but they changed his fronts and not his rears. He didn't notice. Poor bastard drove for an hour.
I haven't even tested these new diff settings because as soon as I put in these new diff settings, they're friggin'. I'm so done with the test. I'm getting so tired of this. I knew this race would have more testing than the other races. I knew that for sure, but like I'm already having to do enough testing for the other ones. So.
You should just be building a wet setup and put dry tires on it and adapt to the dry site and dry session.
Yeah, but I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do the whole suspension thing because that's what comes from a wet setup is suspension. Get softer suspension. But I'm thinking about going for that Red Bull ring setup too. It's like I'm gonna have to do more testing tomorrow or something. I think I'm pretty done with it today. You guys are getting off like.
And should have been on earlier. Be able to kind of tweak it with brake balance and traction control level. So reduce it and then increase it on.
Someone was up in first race after pitting. What? Something was up, Gixxer? I don't know. I mean, you can if you just open your telemetry screen, you can see what tires you have. I mean, you'll know if you have slicks. Like they'll be like significantly different.
They'll do nothing in that kind of turn 2-3 section. You'll be off.
Yeah.
Unless you're taking it like 20 miles an hour. Actually, it's the funniest thing because like again at Le Mans, I was practicing there and it turned to rain. I decided to just stay out on slicks for as long as I possibly could, and there was a big puddle forming up in the Porsche curves. and I thought I'd just have a little bit of a play in there in the wet. And if you drive over a puddle on slicks, like a proper pond puddle on slick, you actually just float like a hovercraft. You can take you can drive onto the puddle at like 5 miles an hour, put the brakes on, it does nothing, and you just constantly do that 5 miles an hour until you get to the other side of that puddle.
It's not just slicks; it does it with rain tires too. This game has some weird physics with hydroplaning. It's like it makes sense most of the time, but you can literally, like you said, you can literally be going like minimum speed, and you still will not be able to drive through it. It's like an ice patch. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's I had a race at Bathurst a while ago. That was one of the first rain races I had, and there's like a gigantic puddle that forms in the last corner. The last corner, literally the entire thing becomes a puddle. So you have to actually be cornering through it. Everybody was going down like below, like halfway through first gear, like doing like probably like 40 kilometers an hour in there, and they still were going into the sand. Still, like nobody could make that corner. It was so dumb. I don't know why that happens. It's something about the way the physics are.
Oh, maybe we should put Bathurst in the rain then.
That wouldn't matter to me. I'm going to hit a wall halfway down the hill anyway.
I think most of it's going to happen at Skyline. It's either Skyline or Forest Elbow. Those are the two most likely places. Other than that, it's like, yeah, there might be some offs or some minor scrapes and stuff, but I guess there's also the what is it, the Meadow Great Corner or whatever. That's a doozy. If you have an accident there, your car is screwed. Like that, you don't have small accidents there. It's usually huge.
Yeah, I think it's another one, just survivability and just let people bounce off walls and.
Yeah, which is what I didn't do at Long Beach, and I should have known better. Really should have known.
The aero damage in this has so much of an effect. Like on that back straight, you'll just get murdered if you've got like 5, 10 aero damage.
I mean,
and if you pick up suspension damage, then oof.
Somewhat. Like it got a lot better. I think it was in patch 4.
It's been reduced a bit, but still.
I think it was pretty significant. But yeah, like still, if you have like 10, 15, 20 damage, like you're gonna feel it quite a bit. Especially on like a track like Bathurst, you're really gonna feel it. It's funny the combination on Bathurst, because it's like you have these gigantic, super high speed straights, and then you have like the tightest street track type section where you can pick up damage where it's gonna hurt you so much in the straight. It's kind of hilarious.
Yeah, only in Australia.
You need good suspension too. Like over the hill, you want your suspension good. If you have damage with suspension, you're gonna be very shaky.
It's the coming down the hill, and the brake bias going into that last turn before the back straight.
Yeah, that's the Forest Elbow. Yeah, that one's nasty. Yeah. That one's super nasty. I'm looking forward to that track though. I think I'm usually pretty strong there. So
end up facing the wrong way there. I think it's another get it straightened up and brake early.
Yep.
Let it coast through and get the power on as early as you can.
Like you can if you want to be really risky, you can try and brake after you come over that peak, but like it is super risky for sure.
The M6 should be strong there.
It should. Before patch 4, I was extremely fast on that track with the M6. It actually won the real life Bathurst 12-hour this year too. The M6.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Sorry, did it win? Maybe it didn't win. It definitely had pole position though, and it definitely had a dominant start to the race. I know that.
Was it not a Nissan?
I can't remember what won.
I remember watching a replay, but that may have been last year's.
Anyway, the M6 was really strong this year there.
Yeah.
But yeah, pre-patch 4, I was really strong there as well. But then after patch 4, the car felt kind of shaky, and now it's probably even worse. That was actually the first track I drove with this car after this patch 5 as well. It was Bathurst, so and I could instantly feel the difference.
Well, shit, I've got Zolder to worry about first. But I'm going to get a drink, get a smoke. I'm going to come back. I'm going to try to exactly recreate my Red Bull setup and try and do a wet lap that's less than 150.
I'll build the social race for the Tuesday.
Yeah, I think I'll need that. even just to make myself feel better. Hopefully, a couple of AM guys come in that I can finish ahead of.
Starting on the wet on the social race. It's still that element of risk. But I mean, if in a social race, if that's rain comes in at the sort of time I would expect within the first sort of 15 minutes, then I'd be tempted to risk. Oh, there's an endurance.
Well, if it doesn't work out, you can get to practice overtaking anyway. So, the social races are fun. But yeah, I'll be back in a sec.
Because I always enjoy the actual races themselves, but this whole setup process for the race every week always usually stresses me the hell out. Just because I don't know what I'm doing with suspension. I'm always like mooching. I'm like, again, you were like the first person that started giving me setups, but now it's like, you're just giving me setups. Daewoo gave me the setup last week. You give me setups. Like I'm just. Like I might try and merge something. I often don't end up actually changing anything though, because I'm scared of if you change one thing, it's going to affect how the other thing goes. You know, the whole.
It's this endurance LMP2 and GTE race, 2 hours of Spa on 21st of April. Saturday.
All clear, push now. You've got 12 minutes to settle up. Your brakes are cold, take it easy.
I just need to not take this shit so seriously. Kind of difficult for me. Take everything seriously. Actually, like in a league, like doing racing, I'm obviously going to take it even more seriously. Stig's Bulgarian cousin.
What's your speed limit in the pits?
That's actually a pretty clever name.
There's traffic behind, keep your wits about you.
Could be the Stig's Canadian cousin. Rip. Okay, I thought it was gonna come back. Apparently not.
The leader has just done a 146.26.
know what, that makes sense. Again, the differential changes in all the cars. Okay. That explains why ever since this patch, it didn't even click in my head. This is why the Genesis felt different since this patch. Box running in the rear a lot more now.
Remaining 10 minutes. Yellow flag, watch out, the leader has just done a 145.51. Water temperature looks quite high. Sector 1 is quick. The leader's just done a 144.54. Got 10 minutes of fuel remaining. Oil and water temperatures are high, you need to back off a little.
Engine temp is critical now.
Me2, that's your fastest lap today. Sector 3 time is fast, your brake temperatures are fine, mate.
Yeah, the diff definitely feels unstable. Oh, Uncle's on pole, wow.
Pardon me.
Your engine temperatures are okay. All clear on engine temperatures.
Give me a sec, guys. right back.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it a night anyway. I shall catch you next.
Alright, ciao, man. Sure, coming at you.
That's 5 minutes to go, 5 minutes.
Something about this game, it just dries out my eyes, man. I don't know. I had this problem the last week. I know the air is dry down here, but goddamn. I have to just keep blinking like crazy. Hold up. Wait a minute.
The guy behind has just done a 145.18.
I'm gonna have to restart Discord now too. Just hold on, sorry. Trying to do things. I kind of, when I started stream, like the whole thing was like Shooter just bugging me to come. Not bugging me, but he was warning me that, you know, the practice race that he was doing was starting soon and stuff. So I kind of rushed on to get on here, and I wasn't really ready for that so much. Yeah, give me a second. I'm trying to do a couple things. Oh yeah, little wolf beats. Thank you, man, for the YouTube sub.
2 minutes to go. 2 minutes.
I find it funny how YouTube and Twitch subs are two entirely different things. Very confusing. If I just say thanks for the sub, it's like, holy shit, I got a sub, but it's not, like, on YouTube it's not really. Sub is a follow, literally. Same thing, so. Okay. Route, TV, blah blah blah. I'm gonna have to turn down my crew chief, and I'm gonna have to restart Discord. Probably change my title to like pub lobbies as well. I don't really care that I didn't get any more quality laps in. I'm happy with this quality lap. Okay, my crew chief's gonna be way too loud. It happens when I reroute my audio. So, oh no. Okay, I think we're good. Once, that's weird.
Radio check.
Spotter radio check.
I see how it works. So it doesn't actually get louder until it finally plays some audio, and then it just boosts it back to 100% again. Actually really strange how that works. Alright. Alright. Sorry, I probably could have put some spectating on today. I'm not on point today, okay, bear with me.
Checkered flags out, P2.
I'm still in second, so hey. I thought I set a pretty decent lap, so. What did I do? So I turned up the diff ramp, right? R ramp. I think I did. No. Alright. So Shooter, you still there, Shooter? Or he's probably still AFK. Another laptop, okay. I was just gonna ask if you're still doing more testing. I'm assuming you probably are, because you were saying that. I don't know if I'm going to do any more testing. Maybe I'll do a tiny bit more. That's interesting. You said you were going to test the Red Bull ring setup, because that was basically the next thing I was going to do, too.
That's P2. We're starting at the sharp end of the
Yeah, I'm just kind of chilling for 5. It's a pain in the ass having this damn headset on for ages, so I was just having a drink and gonna eat some pizza, and then I'm gonna jump on it. I've remade the setup, so at least I have it, and I'm gonna go try it. But I think I've driven so many laps tonight that 7's gonna be quite unrepresentative anyway.
I should have just come on earlier, man. Well, I mean, it wasn't that simple. It's up pretty late, again.
Red Bull tarmac is much more flat than Zolder. Zolder a lot of bumps.
Oh, what, Watkins Glen?
No, in Zolder,
yeah.
You have a lot of more bumps than you have in Red Bull.
Oh,
so you
yeah.
might want to low down the springs a bit.
Yeah, but I think the thing with the bumps is that there's not really any places that, like, how do I explain it? I don't think there's any places like sort of mid-corner